All right, welcome everybody. How are we doing today? You are tuned in to the How to Invest in Stocks and ETFs as a Beginner training. Now, while everybody is coming on in, I want you guys to comment, one, if this is your first time tuned into this class or any class that I've taught. So comment first time in the chat, but also comment where you are from, comment what you do for a living. I see we got Mike from Shreveport. Did I say that right? Shreveport. We have LA here. What else? Talk to me. Who do we have here? I see Tamika's here. We got Lisa's first time. Okay. Who else? Come on. And tell me where you guys are from. This is your first time. Let me know this is your first time. You've been tuned in. I see we have, okay, hold on. The chat is going a little bit crazy. Let me take a look. We got Miami, Florida. We got Philadelphia. I'm from Philly. All right. I love it. Philly. We got a lot of Philly people here. I like it. A teacher from Florida. All right. Here we go. I'm locked in with you. I'm excited. I am Ashley Marie Fox. Couple of housekeeping items before we get started. One, this is the most important thing I need you to know. If you are here to get rich quick, this is not the class you want to come to. I am not going to show you how to take your money and make millions of dollars. I'm not going to teach you how to trade in the stock market. I am not a trader. However, if you have at least $20, you are able to implement everything I am going to teach you in this training. If you don't live in America, it is okay. What I'm going to walk you through, and we're going to talk about these stocks and ETF, it is applicable to no matter where you are in the world. Just make sure you pay attention to step one, because I'm going to show you how you can get it done. Class is going to last about 90 minutes. This is a live interactive class. So I'm going to be looking at the chat. I'm going to be responding to your comments. I'm not going to get to everybody, but I'm going to do my best. Please make sure you get your notebook and pen. We are going to cover 5 core steps that are going to take you to a new level every step we go through. So it is important that you grab your notebook. Anybody here, comment notebook if you already have your notebook ready, because every step is going to take your mind to a new level, and I'm going to need you to write down everything I'm talking about. I also want you to know my actual social media accounts are on the screen. I have a ton of fake accounts, okay? I will not message you to trade money for you. I am not going to guarantee I'm going to make you money. I am not teaching you crypto. I don't do trading pools. So if in fact an account that looks like me reaches out to you asking you for your phone number, that is not me. What I also want you to do is share this class with 2 people. One, because this is going to be my last class on this topic, and we got to get this information out, ladies and gentlemen. Another thing I need you to know, I am not a licensed financial advisor. So you know what I cannot do? I cannot legally invest for you. I cannot legally make recommendations for you. This class is for educational purposes only. Throughout this training, you are going to see me talk about a bunch of different companies. I'm not telling you to buy those investments, but I am going to show you how you can get started so that you are equipped to do it on your own. I am not a licensed financial professional. Strictly education is all we're going to be doing during this training. Now, who do we have in this class? Comment which number is applicable to you. Anybody currently employed, ready to retire? Comment 5 if you're an entrepreneur. Comment 2 if you're ready to quit your job. Any parents here, grandparents? Anybody looking to just look? I'm here because I want to make some extra income. Anybody here because you want to grow financially and you ultimately just want to learn how to invest and do more with your money? Now, how many of you have had these thoughts cross your mind? How can I invest in the stock market? Ashley, what is an ETF? You guys ever see me talk about ETFs on social media? Anybody get our text messages? Ashley, talk to me about ETFs. I feel behind. Is it too late for me to start? Anybody here afraid to lose money? How does this work, Ashley? Like, some of you found me on social media. How many of you thought, why is she teaching a free class? What does she get out of teaching a free class, right? Like, how can I make passive income? Is this real? How do I do this? Most importantly, if you're here, are you wondering, look, how do I even get started? What is this and how can I do it? Now, this training is extremely important to you because some of you in here want to retire. If you are ready to retire, meaning like I don't care what your age is, comment I'm ready in the chat, but you don't know if you have enough money. So you're really trying to figure out, what do you do next? How many of you have been feeling behind financially? Look, we are in the second quarter of 2026. You said you wanted to change your life, but you're not sure what needs to happen to get you there. How many have you been taking classes, right? You've been following people online. You've been doing your own research. You're trying this and trying that, but it's complicated, right? You don't know who to trust, but you want to change your life financially. Now, I want you all, I'm talking to Carolyn. I'm talking to Evelyn. I'm who else? I see Michelle is in here. Joseph is here. Imagine if you could build a retirement plan from stock and ETFs that you learn how to invest in today. Imagine if every time you put your money in key investments, you unlock the power to create passive income, but you didn't need a lot of money to start. Imagine, Miss Teresa, Claudette, that you can live off your investments but not have to do any of the work. Imagine you took action and your family was able to live the life that they dreamt of. They could experience the freedom, the security, because you decided to take action. Now, I want you to imagine you could do all of that without needing a bunch of money, without having to have a financial advisor, without having to read a bunch of boring information or get a financial license. But most importantly, what if you can do these things after this class? Now, I know we got a lot of people tuned into this training, and so I want to be mindful because I'm getting into the class already. We're just getting started. But when it comes to me and my money, I don't know about you, I take it very seriously. I like to know who I'm working with, doing anybody type person, like you like to do a lot of research on stuff. That's how I am. And because there's a lot of people tuned in, I saw a bunch of comments in the beginning. I think it's important that you know who I am and what I get out of teaching this class, right? Do I have your permission to take 5 minutes to just tell you who Ashley M. Fox is, why I'm here, and what I get out of teaching this class? Do I comment yes in the chat? Do I have your permission to be able to just tell you who I am and share with you my story? All right, I'm seeing yes in the chat. Okay. All right. Just a couple minutes. Now, for those of you who do not know, my name is Ashley Marie Fox. I'm the CEO and founder of Empify. Now, Empify is a financial education tech company that is revolutionizing how adults and children learn how to build wealth. We have created programs in school systems, prison systems. We have an app in the App Store called the Wealth Builders Community, which is like the Netflix of finance, where adults, thousands of people in over 25 countries, are learning how to invest in the palm of their hand, learning how to plan for retirement in the palm of their hand, learning how to create wealth and pass it down for their family in the palm of their hand. I am literally so excited because my company, Empify, is ranked one of the fastest growing companies in the nation. And this is important because a lot of you may have found me on social media, but there's an entire company, a nationally recognized company, that is number 16 in financial services, where we are focusing on investing education for all communities, breaking generational curses, and promoting financial ease. I am blown away that I've been able to create financial programs, guides, resources, and helped over 2 million people all over the world. I am blown away that for the past 16 years, I have been in the financial industry. I've gone into prison systems, teaching them how to buy stock, teaching public school students. I'm going on ABC, teaching 10-year-olds how to invest. I come from Wall Street, where I work with millionaires and billionaires, helping them make money, grow their money, and protect it. I am blown away that the members in our app have invested over $16 million together, and 86% of them were brand new to investing. You see, that is what the internet knows about me. Let me tell you what the internet does not know. I am from Philadelphia. I went to the best HBCU in the world, Howard University. I am a proud Alpha Kappa Alpha woman. And when I was at Howard, I never wanted to run a business. If I'm going to be honest, I wanted to work on Wall Street. I wanted to go where the money was. 4 internships at Howard, graduated with honors, first person in my family to graduate from college. And I landed my dream job working on Wall Street. You had to have at least $25 million to work with our team. And every day I'm in the bank accounts of millionaires and billionaires every day. Can you imagine what I saw? And I remember sitting at my desk wondering, why is it that the woman who wants to retire, the woman who's been working hard all her life, wasn't blessed with the financial tools and resources I see our Wall Street clients get? Why is it that the mother, the father, working to raise their children is in debt and then has to go into further debt to help put their kids through college? Why is it that the working professional, the entrepreneur, because they didn't grow up with money, now don't have access to resources to help them create wealth, properly pass down wealth? And I'm just wondering, like, why? And so July 12, 2013, this is a picture of me. I left my Wall Street job because I wanted to financially empower the 99% that Wall Street often overlooks. Every day we're using money, yet it's not taught in our school system. Yet we're not talking about it at the dinner table. Most times the people in our community are passing down generational trauma, generational debt, and every generation has to start all over again. And I remember leaving Wall Street, first entrepreneur in my family, didn't have a clue as to what I was doing. And I remember February 2014. I was living in Harlem, New York. It was a cold winter day. And I'm walking down Lenox Avenue, snow on the ground. It was ice in the street. The guys were standing at the bodega on the corner. And I'm walking to my apartment. I get to the elevator, go up, turn the doorknob in my apartment. And immediately I fell to the floor. Like, oh my gosh, why? How could this happen to me? I'm looking on the floor and I see neon pink and neon green eviction notices. How could a woman who made 6 figures on Wall Street now can't afford to pay her rent? How can a woman who wants to teach the world about money can't even afford to pay her own bills? $80,000 in debt, avoiding bill collectors, hanging up on them. I felt unworthy. I was embarrassed. I felt like I wasn't good enough, crying. And I had to pack up everything in this 2008 Hyundai Elantra and move back to my parents' couch in Philadelphia. The house I grew up in. Sleeping on their couch, one day turned into 1 week turned into 1 month, 1 month turned into 1 year, and 1 year turned into 2 years. I refused to go back upstairs to sleep in the room that I grew up in because you could not tell me Ashley Marie Fox was not going to be wealthy. I had no idea what I was doing. I had nobody to turn to. I didn't feel good enough. I felt overwhelmed, robbing Peter to pay Paul, and nothing but $80,000 in debt in this 2008 Hyundai Elantra. You see, what most people don't know, though, about my story is the reason I'm in front of you today was because of my stocks. I had to sell all of my investments until I had nothing left to start my company, Empify. You see, I had a good job on Wall Street, but I wasn't the best with my money. And I tell you this because when I realized that for something we're using, ladies and gentlemen, some of us have great jobs, but we aren't great with our money. Some of us are feeling embarrassed, are feeling unworthy, but don't realize that there's a light at the end of this tunnel. You see, investments can help you start your journey to financial freedom. We all deserve to be that wealthy client that I served on Wall Street. But ladies and gentlemen, spending money and looking good has nothing to do with creating passive income. It doesn't. Fast forward to today. This is me in Bermuda teaching this exact same class. That story I just told you was featured in Inc. magazine last summer. Losing it all helped this entrepreneur build a financial wellness brand. This is me in front of millions of people on Yahoo Finance TV. I am proud to be the woman I am today. But it's important for you to understand, despite where you have come from, despite what you have not been taught, despite what you have not done, you have the pen to write the next chapter of your life. Because if I can sit here in front of you and tell you that my stocks are the reason I was able to create Empify, are the reason that I'm in front of you today. You see, everything I teach and everything I do is everything that I have done, am doing, and do for my family. So when you ask me why I'm here, ladies and gentlemen, trust me. If I wanted to make money, I'd have went back to Wall Street. I would have stayed on Wall Street. But I'm here because I know that you are never going to find another beautiful Black woman with the passion that I have, with the experience that I have. Not just because I wanted to learn about money and make it, but because I wanted to make sure you knew everything that Wall Street taught me and has helped me be the woman that I am today. So when you research Ashley Fox, go look us up in Inc. Magazine, ABC News, Afrotech, Forbes. The size of your bank account right now is a reflection of your thought process. You see, the woman on the left was making $5,500 a month. The woman on the right has made over $3 million. Same woman, different mindset. You see, we think it's all about learning everything on the outside. We got to fix everything on the outside. When in reality, ladies and gentlemen, it's not until you stop telling yourself that you're behind that the money's going to start to come. It's not until you stop telling yourself that you are too old, but also owning the fact that you were never taught this information. You can't beat up on yourself when you weren't taught this information. If you didn't grow up with money, why would you expect to know what to do with it or how to create it? So as we go through this training, I want you to adopt Miss Leslie Davis's mindset. You see, Leslie came to a bunch of my classes, found me on my YouTube channel. She came to our class in December. She's now a member in our app, a graduate of our passive income boot camp. And you see, when Leslie came across me, she was going through financial hard time. Anybody comment me in the chat if you've been through some financial hard times before? And she didn't know if she could finish. She didn't know if it was possible. But she said she had to figure out a way to make it happen. We are in the second quarter of this year. It's about time we figure out a way to make it happen. And even when she got in our app, life hit her again. And she fell off. But she pushed through and she graduated. And now she's ready to take more classes, learn more. She's an investor, ladies and gentlemen. She has passive income coming in from her investments. So I want us to adopt her perseverance. And throughout this session, I'm all about showing you evidence, because you're going to realize by the end of this training, I'm good at what I do. But I'm also going to show you people who are ordinary people doing extraordinary things. Because if you're like me, I got to see it to believe it. You know why I believe I could be a billionaire? Because I was around them every single day on Wall Street. I want you to see people buying stocks and ETFs. I want you to hear them. So throughout this session, I'll introduce you to people just so you can have the evidence. And when it comes to me and my journey to investing, this is important. I started in 2011 after I saw rich people do it. My family started investing because I opened their investment accounts. I started with $300. So if you have at least $20, you are able to do everything I'm going to teach you. I bought my first ETF though. And guess what? I got scared because I was over here following the rich people, paying attention to what they were doing. I had no idea what I was doing. And I got scared. And when I saw the price drop, guess what I did? I sold it. That was probably one of the worst investment decisions I ever made in life. I missed out on tens of thousands of dollars because I bought something with no education and I sold it with no education, following people on Wall Street instead of doing my own research, instead of asking the right questions. And I have an 8-year-old niece. Her name is Journey. She has literally over $8,000 in passive income coming in. She's 8. And guess what? I started with $35 for her in 2017 when she was born. So I want you to keep in mind the children in your life that have the opportunity to do life a little bit differently than how you did it when you were their age. You see, they didn't have classes like this when you were growing up. That's why my company Empify exists. So everything we're implementing together, you can do for your children. Okay. Now let's talk some money. You guys ready to talk about money? Comment yes in the chat. Let's talk about some money. How many of you have ever used any of these companies on the screen? Apple, Google, Amazon, Meta. Anyone ever use their products or services? Giving them your time? Giving them your money? You see, if you bought each of these companies individually, you're probably spending almost around $1,500 just to own one share of each of these companies. Now, I'm not saying these are good or bad companies. I'm telling you, every company on this screen is $1 trillion business. Can you believe it? We've been alive to see $1 trillion business. And guess what? These are $1 trillion businesses because of Mr. Ray Brown, because Miss LaTanya Bird, Patricia Taylor, Thomas Bailey, and even Ashley Fox. I use Apple, I use Google, I use Amazon, I use Meta. Probably almost every day, actually. But not everybody is able to afford a full share of these companies. But here's how you can within the ETF. Here's an example of an ETF, Fidelity Blue Chip Growth Fund, that allows you to own each of those 4 companies, but for around $50 a share. This is what we're talking about right now. So if you've ever felt like you don't have enough money, you are in the right place, because I'm going to show you how you can own $1 billion businesses, $1 trillion businesses. And I'm going to show you how you can invest in AI companies. And I'm going to show you how you can own income producing assets that pay you every 90 days. As long as you are ready to receive what I am willing to give you. So what I want you to do right now is get your notebooks out and I want you to share this class with 3 people. I don't care if you're watching this on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, you're watching the replay, wherever you are. This class deserves to be shared. Why? Because 1, I don't gatekeep, ladies and gentlemen, and neither will you. 2, we are at a time in life where we cannot depend on the government. We cannot depend on our families. We cannot depend on the system. Therefore, the person in the mirror is the only person coming to save you. So comment the word share when you share this class so that I know this. Or share with 3 people that you know will hold you accountable, 3 people you love, 3 people you know that want to build, 3 people who might not have a lot to start, but they're ready to get started. Now, I'm going to be honest. If you can't tell, I'm a very open, lively woman. But I'm also very transparent. And I want to be upfront about how this class is about to go. Okay, is it all right if I'm honest? I'm going to be upfront. I don't need anybody to be confused as to what we're about to do. We're going to cover ETFs and exchange traded funds, a topic that the everyday person can invest in, and it can help you create income. I am going to introduce you to students that I've taught to give you an outlook from people other than me. Okay, I think it's important for you to see evidence. I'm all about giving you, everybody comment evidence. I need to know that this works. By the end of this class, as long as you stay until the end, you will know how you can buy stocks and ETFs. You will know how to get started. You will know the types that you can invest in, and you will know how you can create income. And what I want you to do, because I'm not here to waste your time, and I definitely can't waste mine. But I am one of those people. If you are spending time with Ashley Marie Fox, I'm going to give you all that I've got. I'm not leaving anything behind. I'm going to do everything I can to pour it all out, because you are going to walk away from this class saying, I learned something. I came to this class and I got value. And I am going to open your mind up to a new level of what's possible. I am going to give you steps that by the end of this training, you will be able to implement this all on your own. But there are going to be some of you who still have more questions. There are going to be some of you that say, look, Ashley, you opened my mind. I'm ready to go, but I need help. So how dare I open your mind and give you everything you need to get started and leave you to do this on your own? So I will invite you to take a longer journey with me if you choose, so that I can guide you, hold you accountable, and be there to make sure I can support you as you embark on this journey to build wealth. Because take it from someone who did it, it's not easy. And if you don't come from a family of money, if you are not surrounded by people on Wall Street, it is not easy to continue. So I will invite you to take a longer journey with me if you choose. Are we on the same page of exactly how this training is about to go? Comment yes in the chat so that I know we're on the exact same page together. Okay? Let's lock in. All right, I'm seeing the yeses. Lisa saying yes, Jamie saying yes, Natalie. All right, let's lock in. Number one. The first thing you need to do, right, to get started, right, before we talk about what to buy and the types, we have to cover the foundation. You want to open an easy access account, an account that gives you access to your money when you want it. We don't want it locked away, especially if you're just starting. We want to be able to start small. We want to be able to take it out when we can. Okay. Now, when we think about investing in the accounts, right, I want everyone in the chat right now to comment, what investment accounts do you currently have? And if you don't have any, just say none. What investment account, not the company name, the type of account, the type of account. Write it in the chat right now. Comment in the chat right now. What investment accounts? All right, I'm seeing 457. Okay. I'm seeing some people say none. 401k. Okay. IRA. Keep going. What investment accounts? If you don't have any, that's fine. If you don't have anything more than a checking and saving, totally fine. You're in the right place with the right woman. I'm seeing TSP, savings account, 401. Savings account is not an investment account. Roth. Okay. Okay. 401k. All right. This next slide, take a picture of it, okay? Boom. I don't care how much money you do or do not have. We got to be the richest person in the world, poorest person in the world. These are the only three buckets of where your money can go. Tax now, tax later, tax never. Let's walk through them. Tax now pretty much says if you have money in this account and you make money, meaning more than what you started with, and you take this money out, or you're going to use this cash. You made some cash, right? You made some money. You must pay taxes in that tax year. The IRS says you got to pay it now. Totally fine, right? The main investment account you need to highlight in this bucket is a brokerage account. That is the account that connects the buyer of an investment to the seller of an investment. If you don't learn anything from me during this training, get a brokerage account. I'm going to show you the companies that I use in a second, okay? But in a brokerage account, you can put in what you want. You can take it out when you want. If, in fact, you make money, meaning you own some stocks, you sell some stocks, you own some ETFs, you sell some ETFs, you, in fact, have to pay tax. You have to pay capital gains, pay taxes in that tax year. Okay. The second type is a tax later account. Now, it's self-explanatory. You just pay taxes later, but pay attention. Whenever the IRS does not get their money now, there is always a stipulation. There's always some sort of rule, parameter, guideline you must follow. Tax later account says this: if you make money, that's great. However, you cannot touch it until typically 59 and a half. And at 59 and a half, that's when you'll pay taxes. So these are accounts like a 401k, which is an employee account that is given given to you by a corporation. A 403b, an employee retirement account that is given to you by a nonprofit. And at 457 and TSP are for government workers, law enforcement, teachers. Same thing, retirement account. Basically says you can contribute to this account. Don't pay taxes now. At 59 and a half, you can access this money, and then you'll have to pay taxes. Okay? And then the last one is tax never. And that last one is tax never. Tax never, self-explanatory. You never pay taxes. So types of life insurances are tax-free. Roth IRAs are tax-free. And if you're from Canada, a TFSA, you know what that is. These are accounts that basically say when you make money, you don't have to pay taxes. But remember their rules. You can only put a certain amount of money in these accounts. There are rules for when you can touch it. So for example, a Roth IRA, you can always take out what you put in a Roth IRA. But anything you make in a Roth IRA, you have to wait till 59 and a half, and then it will be tax-free. Life insurance, the same way. Stipulations to even get a life insurance policy. Stipulations on when you can take money out of a life insurance policy. Stipulations on how much you can put in a life insurance policy or a Roth IRA. Now, I want you guys to take a step back now, and those of you who do have accounts, which buckets do you not have money in? You see me, I have money in every single bucket. And it's important to understand you can put stocks and ETFs in every single one of these buckets, every single one. But what matters is why you're doing it, because each bucket is the account that you have is based on your goals, your time horizon, your income. You have to be very strategic as to when you use your money and where you place your investments based on the stipulations. For example, I'm 37 years old, right? I go to Paris every single year. I use my stocks to travel. I'm not going to take money out of my Roth IRA because if I take out the money I made in that account, I will be penalized and taxed because I'm not 59 and a half. Same goes for my traditional IRA. So when I'm thinking about investing, right, if I'm investing for the next 5 years, I'm still not going to be 59 and a half. So not that I shouldn't use my Roth, but I need to be prepared not to touch my Roth because it's not in alignment with my 5-year goal that I may have set for my money. But at some point, I will be 59 and a half. At some point, I want my money tax free. So when you invest, it is based on it's based on your goals, your income, and your time horizon. That's how you decide where you're going to put your money. That's extremely important. Now, for those of you who want to start small, this is still new for you, you're still learning. You don't want to put, first off, don't put all your money in investments. Do not. But you want access to your money. Remember I told you I got kicked out of my apartment? I sold my stocks from my brokerage account. That was my emergency fund. My stocks are my emergency fund. When Empify was in trouble one year and I had to make payroll, guess what I did? I sold my stocks. You see, wealthy people weren't using savings accounts. They're not using savings accounts because it's not working for them. They're investing their money. So what I want you guys to do is open a brokerage account. These are the accounts that I use. This is like where I put my money. And these are the companies where our members put their money inside of our app. At the top is for U.S. people. At the bottom is for everyone, whether you live in Canada, Caribbean, Africa, Australia, the UK, it doesn't matter. If you live outside of America, the first company you want to go with is Interactive Brokers. I don't care what country you live in, what continent, start with Interactive Brokers. Those of you who live in America, Charles Schwab, Fidelity, E-Trade, Vanguard. When you go to these companies' websites, you're simply going to open a individual brokerage account. Okay? You're going to open an individual brokerage account. That's what you want to open. Okay? Fidelity, Charles Schwab, Vanguard, E-Trade. These are the top companies. I have my money in with all of these companies. My niece, my mother, my family, the members in our app. Now, if in fact you don't see a company you've heard of or a company you use on the screen, it does not mean it's bad. It just means it didn't make the cut. That's it. Okay? These are the top companies I use. And don't forget, I come from Wall Street. I bought my first stock in 2011. We're talking about 15 years ago, literally, which is insane. So these new apps that exist, they didn't exist. They weren't around when I started. I put my money where the billionaires put their money, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm just telling you where I put my money, and I'm going to just tell you where our members are putting their money. Now, when you open an account, a brokerage account for a child, I like Charles Schwab. I have an account with Charles Schwab for my niece. Love Charles Schwab because my niece makes thousands in passive income, and I like to know how much money she's making, when she's making it, what companies are paying her. We can project out how much she's going to make. And Charles Schwab has like a visual thing that I love to look at. I'm a visual person. I got to see things. So when you open an account for a minor, you are opening what's called a custodial account, where it's an UGMA or UPMA account, where you, the adult, are in charge. You can be the parent, the godparent, the grandparent, it doesn't matter. Aunt, uncle, like I'm the aunt, I have an account for my niece, but it's in the child's name. When they turn 18, they get access to that money. But you are in charge. So I put the money in, I manage the money, I pick the investments, but it's in my niece's name and it is her money. Number 2. Now, are we clear? That account is how you buy a stock in ETF, where you have the flexibility to buy it, sell it, and not have to go through any issues. You don't need any money to open a brokerage account. You don't need a credit score to open a brokerage account. So if you don't do anything after this class, open a brokerage account. That is the account you use to invest. Now, number 2. Now let's talk about what we're going to put inside of the brokerage account. And let's talk about the different types of investments, the types of stocks that you can own. I'm going to break this down. Now, let's go back to the basics. But before we get to that, I want to ask you guys a question. Is there anybody here that has an investment account, right? That has an investment account that you don't know how to work? Anybody have an investment account? You don't know how to work it. You have an investment account and you don't know what you're investing in. Comment me in the chat if you have an investment account. You bought some investments, but you're not quite sure what you're doing. You don't know how to work the account. This goes for everybody that has an employee retirement account at their job. You don't know what you're investing in. You don't know how to work the account. I want you to comment me in the chat. And I want everybody to look at the chat. And I appreciate your honesty. We are family now, ladies and gentlemen. Now, let me ask you guys a question. Everyone that's saying that, right? How much of your money do you care about? Everyone in this class, how much of your money do you care about? Comment in the chat now. Talk to me. How much of your money do you care about? I'm seeing all of it, 100% of it. Okay. Now, let me ask you another question. How is it that you care about all your money, but you don't know where it is? How is it that you care about all your money, but you don't know how to work the account where your money is? How is it that you care about every single dime? I just saw somebody say that, but you don't know what you're investing in. You can't sit here and tell me you care about all your money and you don't know where your retirement account that your job gave you. You don't know how to log in. You don't know how to read a statement. You don't know where your money's going. You mean to tell me you let them take money out your check, every single check, and you don't know where your money's going with your retirement account that your job gives you? You mean to tell me you opened an investment account, bought some stocks, and you don't know what you're doing? And you don't know how to read the statements? Let me tell you one thing I learned on Wall Street. There is no wealthy person that does not know where all their money is. Anybody a parent in here? Do you always know, like those of you who have children, do you just send your kids somewhere without knowing where they are? Do you just let your kid go do whatever they want to do and you don't know what they're doing or who they're with? Think about it. You care about your child, right? So why don't you care about your money? And the crazy thing is, we think that making more money is going to solve the problem. If you can't handle your money now, can you imagine having 100 times more of it? You think having more money is going to make your life easier? Let me tell you something. It actually makes your life a lot more challenging. It also creates overwhelm, right? So you better start practicing with the money you have, because making more money is not going to solve your problem. That's why athletes always go broke. That's why people that win the lottery always go broke. It's because you gave someone more money, but you never changed the person with the money. You never changed their identity. You never changed their knowledge. You never changed their habits. So they're going to naturally resort back to who they always have been. So if you have a habit of not paying attention to your money and not knowing what's going on, or you overwhelmed, or you avoid it, making more money is only going to make it worse, because you have to realize you are the person that has to change. So before we talk about where to put your money and things that put you in the space to make more, how about we talk about what a stock is? How about we get back to the basics? A stock is like a box of pizza. The company is the pizza. The slice is a piece. When you buy a stock, you are owning a piece of someone's business. Like when I own Amazon stock, I have a piece of the business Jeff Bezos created. Every slice has a price. The more shares you own, the more you own that pizza. Your job is to own as many shares as possible, especially if you know that's a good pizza. Okay? That's it. When you buy a stock, you're not gambling. When you buy a stock, you're not flipping a price. You are becoming part owner of a business. There's two ways to build wealth in this country. You invest in your own idea or somebody else's idea. That's it. Now, when you buy a stock, you're going to buy a stock in your brokerage account. So you're going to transfer however much money you want to start with, which is totally fine. You could pick that number. You transfer that money into your brokerage account, and you're going to say, I want to own X number of slices, shares of that company. And in exchange for your money, you own an asset, just like on this slide. In exchange for the money, you own that house. That's the asset, right? A stock is an asset. A house is an asset. Art is an asset. In exchange for the money, you now own equity. Everybody comment equity, ownership in that company. It is not until you sell that you get the cash back. Just like if you buy a house, you can own a house for 10 years. And it's not until you sell the house that you get the cash. And when you sell it at the value of it is in that day. You know, I own stocks for 10 years and I never sold it. Tesla's one of them. I made over a 3,000% return with Tesla, which was insane, by the way. That's not normal. But I held it for like 10 years. So it's not until you sell that you get the cash. Now, there's two major types of stocks. I'm not gonna make this complicated. Two major types. Pay attention. And remember, every step we go, every slide I take you through, it is going to go to the next level. So pay attention, write everything down, and follow me here. A growth stock is a company that makes money, pays its bills, and the money that's left over, they put it back into the business with the intent to grow it faster. Okay? With the intent to grow it faster. Ideally, they're trying to go faster than the average of the stock market. So all that money they make, they pay their bills, I'm putting it all back. So if my company Empify was a stock, you can't buy us, but if you could, we're a growth stock. We were on the Inc. 5000 list because we grew 2,600% in the past 3 years, which is insane. We are a fast growing, risky, small company. When we make money, I put it all back into the business. Literally, we're hiring for within the next 90 days, we are hiring like 8 more roles. People cost money. We're putting it back into the business because I want to keep growing fast. But it comes with some risk. Growth stocks are risky. They are. The opposite of a growth stock is a dividend stock. A dividend stock, a company makes money. It pays its bills. The money left over, that profit, a portion of that money is given to all the investors and they share the profit. So for every share, every slice you own of a dividend stock, that company, you're going to receive passive income every month or every 90 days. Now, here's why. You see, my company Empify is like a fast, sexy, growing company, right? Risky, but we grow a lot. Dividend stocks, I'm gonna be honest, are like dinosaurs. They're old. They've been around for a long time. Their stock does not grow fast, but they are stable, reliable, consistent. That's why they can share their profit with you. They're not trying to make the business bigger. They got enough money. They made it big. That's why they can share the profit with you. They're typically like the number one companies in their industry. I like to describe growth stocks like the Jay-Z's of the world or the Magic Johnsons, right? They were once the hottest thing since sliced bread back in their day, but they're older now. They're more seasoned. They're wiser. They're more reliable versus like a Cardi B, right? She's shooting up the charts, or the number one draft pick. Now, you don't know, the number one draft pick might not end up to be a Michael Jordan, might not be a Magic Johnson, Little Rocky, but you don't know. So you have to decide what type of stock you want to own. You know, owning a Magic Johnson is a reliable, wise, slow moving company, but it'll pay you income because they're reliable. Fast growing, they go up, they go down. President say something, listen, you got to be ready for that. But over time, they could make you a lot of money, possibly. So now I want you guys to take a second and ask yourself, like, tell me in the chat, what % of your money would you put in growth and dividends? If you had 100% of your money, right? Let's just say you had $1,000. I don't know. Whatever money you decide to invest, what % is going into growth? What % is growing into dividends? I know some people who don't buy dividend stocks because they're too slow. They don't need the income. They feel like they can make more money buying a growth stock. I know some people, there are members inside of our WB app that have graduated our Stocks 101 Bootcamp, Passive Income, and Growth Stocks Bootcamp. They will not buy growth stocks. There's a woman in her 60s. She is not touching growth stocks, but she will gladly get some passive income from some dividend stocks. So just comment what % would go. So just to give you context, I didn't tell you this. For me, 80% of my money goes into growth, 20% goes into dividend stocks. Okay? Is everyone clear on the difference? Because this is important. You got to understand this to really connect the ETFs we're going to walk through. Now, Amazon. Now, here's how you determine if a company pays a dividend or not. Amazon is what we call growth stocks. At some point, Amazon probably is going to pay dividends, but a lot of these bad boys, a lot of these companies are using a lot of their money to invest in AI. So instead of Amazon saying, look, we're going to become a dividend company, Amazon said, we want to grow faster. We're about to put all these billions into AI. A lot of companies are investing in AI. So Amazon right now doesn't pay a dividend. Here's how I know. At the bottom of the stock chart, if it pays you a dividend, which means you are going to receive passive income every month or every quarter from that investment per share, if it has a % at the bottom of the chart. If you don't see a %, it's a growth stock. That's a simple way to just remember it. Now, here's some examples of some fast growing companies. Netflix. Do you know 10 years ago, you could have made over, if you bought Netflix 10 years ago, you'd have made over 1,000% on your money. Amazon over 600%. Microsoft over 600%. This is the power of investing in a company. You see, I always tell people being rich is having a lot of money right now. Being wealthy is having a lot of money generation after generation. Would you rather have a lot of money right now or a lot of money forever? Like, think about it. There are so many people who make a lot of money, but they can't sustain it. You see, creating money is a skill set. Managing money is another skill set. And preserving money, that's another skill set. We have to first get you in the creating money mindset, because most of us think we have a job that's excellent, but you cannot save or work your way to wealth. We're taught to go to school, get a job, and you get the job so you could pay back school. And then they tell you to buy a house. How many of you know people who have a home, have a good job, and a savings account, but they are not wealthy? There's so many people like that, which means there's something more we're missing. There's a new level of thinking that our minds have not tapped into. You see, every client I work with on Wall Street, it was a standard for them to invest. Investing wasn't an option. It was a standard because they knew that was the only way that they could sustain the money they made. Let me ask you, how are you sustaining the money you make? It's almost impossible to do if the first thing you do when you get paid is you pay everybody. You look up, you done paid your cell phone bill, your car note, put gas in your car, went to the store, shopped on Amazon. You gave everybody your money and you're the one working for it. But then you wake up and you get mad at the government. You get mad at everybody, but you chose to spend your money. You chose to put everybody else first. So I'm sitting here and I'm telling you, a lot of our issues isn't there's a lack of financial education. It's a lack of self-worth. How about you take care of you? How about you show up for you? You see every company on this screen right now, do you know that they exist, that their stock grew like this? Because we are their loyal customers. There's so many people who are so mad at wealthy people. They're so mad at rich people, but not realizing you're mad at the same people you made rich in the first place. I remember when Jeff Bezos was getting married, everybody was mad. Why are you mad that he got married, does what he wants to do with his money, but you're the reason he's wealthy? I know I'm the reason he's wealthy, but he's also the reason I'm wealthy too, because I own his company. If I'm going to be a loyal customer to anybody, you best believe I'm figuring out how to get a piece of the pie and own a piece of your company. So many of you found me on social media. I spend time on social media. I spend money on social media. But guess what? I own Meta stock. And I've owned it for a very long time. So all I'm saying is get out your feelings. Building wealth has nothing to do with your feelings. Nothing. You think the 1% care about your feelings? No, they care about making money. All I'm trying to say is your feelings are valid. And your family's financial legacy matters just as much. You being able to retire matters just as much. You making sure you don't have to work for the rest of your life matters just as much. All I'm saying is we can't keep saying I'm behind, I'm frustrated, I'm scared, they're trying to scam me. We got every reason in the book and we look up and we don't have what we want. And I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, whether you like it or not, the rich will get richer. The only way the rich won't get richer is if you stop buying their products. And I'm going to tell you now, the way the world is set up, the $1 trillion businesses, your life is designed to need them. And I'm not mad about it. It's our reality. But you choose your own happiness, just like you choose your financial path. We are all grown here. We all know the school system didn't give us what we needed. We all know a good government job is not a good thing anymore. So now, what are we going to do? Now, a dividend is literally just extra money that you'll make from when you own a dividend stock. It's literally a piece of their profit. Now, not write this down. Pay attention to this, because people be like, if I buy a dividend stock, when am I going to get my money back? And I'm like, look, I don't own a dividend company. I don't pay you the money. Everything I'm teaching you is on the internet. When you buy a dividend stock, guess what that company will tell you on the internet? They'll let you know it's public. They'll tell you how much you're going to make per share. They're going to tell you how often you will make it, and they will tell you when you will get it. It's all public information. You're going to get paid every month or every quarter. I literally get paid 5 times a month from some of my dividend paying companies, and so does my niece. 5 times. I still run my business. I got a job. I got a 24/7 job all day, every day. I'm working, but I get paid in dividends. While my niece is watching YouTube and going to school, she gets paid with her dividends. Now, remember I told you, when you buy a dividend stock, you're going to see a percent at the bottom of the chart. If there's no percent, no dividend. That means it's a growth company. That is called the dividend yield. That is the percent you are going to get for every single share you own. Okay? Every share you own. Here's an example. Here's AT&T. AT&T pays a dividend. Around $30 a share. Their dividend is about 4%. So for every $27 you invest, in this case, in this example, you're going to get 4% in income. Literally, that's how it works. 4% in income. You don't do anything. You don't have to work at AT&T. You don't have to call anybody. The money's going to get deposited right in that brokerage account. You got two things you can do with that money. Pay attention. When you get dividends, two things you can do. One, you can reinvest it. Two, you can use it. I reinvest all my dividends. Why? I don't need the cash. I use that cash to buy me more shares. The more shares you own, the more income you get. Did anybody come here to make more money? Comment me in the chat if you are here because you want to make more. You see, I'm all about getting you to where you are and getting you to the money fast, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not trying to tell you to go get another job. I'm trying to tell you what to do with the money that you already have from the current job you have. How about we give our money the job description? Number 3, let's talk ETFs. Is everyone clear? How are we going to buy these stocks and ETFs? The brokerage account. Is everyone clear on the two types of investments, two types of stocks, the dividend, the growth stock? You have to make sure you can understand and conceptualize this because step 3, 4, and 5 is not going to make sense. So pay attention. Now let's master ETFs. An ETF, it stands for an exchange traded fund. I'm going to break it down in a simple way. An ETF is just like this basket right here. An ETF is a fund where you can have a bundle of stocks for one price. So instead of buying all those companies in the basket, you bought a basket. You buy an ETF in your brokerage account. An ETF is traded on the stock market. Instead of buying a bunch of companies, you now can own the whole basket. Now, there's different types of baskets, and I'm going to walk you through it. Okay? Now, here are key things you need to know about an ETF. They trade like stocks. Some pay dividends. Think about it. ETFs will pay you dividends if there's dividend stocks inside of it. I'm going to show you an ETF that has dividend paying companies in it. You can buy a tech ETF, a real estate ETF. I'm going to show you an AI ETF. You can buy a large cap company ETF, small company ETFs. You can buy a healthcare ETF. So I'm going to give you the websites too, so you can find all the ETFs. I'm going to give you everything. But the point I'm making is instead of buying an individual company or trying to pick this here and there, you can own a basket. ETFs were created by a fund manager. They don't monitor it every single day, probably maybe once a quarter, usually twice a year when they pick the investments that'll go inside of it. Okay. Number 4, before we buy an ETF though, ladies and gentlemen, before we buy them, you have to start thinking about what kind of companies you want to own. Because remember, the ETFs have the stocks inside of them. So if you don't understand the stocks, then you're not going to understand an ETF. So let's talk about what ETFs you can think about, but also what stocks you want to buy, right? Because it's not about watching my videos or the other finance person or the other finance person and buying what they say. It's about buying what works for you. You notice in the beginning of the class, I can't make any investment recommendations. I don't know anybody here. Right? We got a bunch of people tuned in. I'm a 37-year-old woman that got kicked out her apartment. I just got engaged. I don't have any kids. Ladies and gentlemen, I got the craziest risk tolerance of everybody in this class. I will lose it all again because I know I can get it back. Some of you have children. Some of you don't have time to lose it all. You've been working way too hard. So my risk tolerance might be different. So what I buy might not be what you buy. So let's talk about what to buy. I want everybody right now to make a list of the companies you used this morning. I want you to make a list of the companies you can't live without. I want you to make a list of the companies that you use for entertainment. I want you to make a list of the companies you believe will be around in the future. Make a list, put in the chat. Think if you could own a business, what companies would you own right now? What companies make money off of you? Like, literally just make a list. Comment in the chat right now. What companies are you using every day? What companies are you using in the morning? I'm seeing somebody put Nike. Come on. I'm seeing gas. Name the company. Unilever, Amazon, Wawa. You know, I live in Philly, Wawa. Apple, AT&T. I love it. Now here's an exercise that I love to do. I'm going to walk you through my morning. I love to do this in my classes. The first thing I do when I wake up, ladies and gentlemen, is I pick up my iPhone made by Apple. I go to my email, Google. I then get on Instagram. That's Meta. I finally get out of bed, probably like 10 minutes later, go to the restroom. I use Charmin toilet paper, Procter & Gamble. I go to the sink. I wash my hands. I brush my teeth, Crest toothpaste, Procter & Gamble. I go to my closet. I put on my Nike workout outfit. I work out about 6 times a week. Grab my Nike shoes. I go into the kitchen. I have raw protein that I bought from Amazon. The only water that I drink is Life Water. I have it on subscription. Life Water is owned by Pepsi. I go down to the gym. I'm on the Stairmaster between 35 to 40 minutes a day. Right now, I'm watching House of Cards on Netflix. I come upstairs. I take a shower. I use Dove soap, Unilever. The first 90 minutes of my life, I can't live without these companies. And guess what? These are billion-dollar, trillion-dollar businesses. Why? Because Ashley Marie Fox has a routine every single morning, no matter where I am in the world. So before you start to ask me what stocks to buy, ask yourself, what companies do I give all of my money to? What companies can I not live without? What companies are making money off of my mere existence? You see, the market goes up and down all the time. But I'm going to tell you one thing, it will never disappear. You want to know what will be the worst thing that could ever happen is if you stop spending money. If you stop spending money, America has a problem. Here's how you know. During the pandemic, guess what you did? You were stuck in the house. Guess what you weren't doing? Spending money. So guess what America did? Gave you free money. They gave you stimulus checks so they could pump money into the economy. And guess what everyone did with those stimulus checks? They spent it. And who'd you give it to? All the companies trading on the stock market. Why? Because America needs you to give the companies your money. Those companies hire the people so they have jobs. The people with the jobs spend the money. And guess what? The investors own the companies you spend your money with. All I'm asking you is to no longer just be the consumer. Be the owner. Owner. Consider ETFs for income. Here's the Schwab Dividend ETF. Schwab Dividend ETF, around $30. Around $30. Look, now, write this down. When you go and research ETFs, what I want you to do, you must look up the fact sheets. The fact sheets. FACT sheet. It's literally a doc you can just research, like Google it. You can type in an ETF and fact sheet. It'll be there. It is a 2 to 4 page document that will show you everything you need about an ETF. Everything. Here's a snapshot of the fact sheet. These are the top 10 stocks in the Schwab Dividend ETF. Merck & Co., Verizon, Coca-Cola, Chevron, Lockheed Martin. You can own each of these stocks, ladies and gentlemen, but guess what? You would buy them individually. They each will pay you. You buy any of these stocks on the screen within 90 days, you're going to get income. You're going to. But instead of buying all of them, what if you buy an ETF that has all of them inside? That ETF is around $30 a share. So now you have a diversified portfolio, but you aren't picking the stocks. You own an ETF that is a dividend equity ETF. Now what if you say, look, I want some fast growing stocks. You can get a fast growing future growth ETF. What if we start look, instead of me figuring out, well, what companies do I want to own for the future? What if I own an ETF that is the future? Here's the AI ETF I was talking about. We're talking about a $50 per share ETF, the artificial intelligence and technology ETF. And what is cool about this ETF is it has the companies that are heavily invested in AI. It has the companies that could benefit from AI. It has AI companies in it. Now I pulled the fact sheet. The fact sheet, the top 10 holdings in this AI ETF: Samsung, Netflix, Nvidia, Apple, Meta. Look at these companies. Now, again, you can own them individually, or you can own it collectively in an ETF. Are you following me here? Is this starting to make sense? I am here to show you that there are always options. These ETFs don't have an age requirement. If you are in your 60s and you want to invest, let's go. If you are I'm going to show you a woman that is almost 70 years old, who is one of our most active members in our app. She is a mentor in our app, and she's not afraid to invest. Okay. Consider an ETF for everyday use. Back to the ETF I showed you in the beginning. Look at this fact sheet snapshot. This one ETF is around $50. It owns some of the biggest companies: Nvidia, Netflix, Meta, Microsoft, Google, Apple, Eli Lilly. You can own those individually, or you can own those collectively. You can do either or. It doesn't matter. Like, you can buy the stock individually, you can buy the ETF, you can buy whatever. I'm just here to tell you, you better go shopping in the market. And you do it in your brokerage account. Like you don't call the company, you just go in your brokerage account, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Now, here's what you need to know with ETFs. Every ETF has an expense ratio. That is the fee that fund manager receives for picking companies for you. Now, this is a lot cheaper than a mutual fund that's in your retirement account from your job. On the fact sheet, you'll see the expense ratio. The expense ratio, you want it to be under 0.75%. The best ones are under 0.45. When you buy an ETF and you start researching the ETFs, please make sure you understand the holdings. You have to know the top companies inside of the ETF, because that's where your money's going to be. The top stocks in that ETF is where you're putting your money. So you have to be really clear on where your money's going, but you get clear by looking at the holdings in the ETF. Also, some ETFs pay out cash flow. So read the fact sheet. You might be getting some income coming in too from owning that ETF. Now take a picture of this slide. These are the two major websites where you can find all the ETFs. The ETF database, etfdb.com, and then also ETF.com. You can get the financial news, you can get all the research, you can get all the updates, everything, all the ETFs that exist. You can search by industry. You can search and find what stocks are in certain ETFs. You can see their expense ratios. You can find anything. Those are the two main websites. Everything is there. Go look up the ETFs I just showed you. Go look at the fact sheets that I'm talking about. Go just start. You want to own a tech ETF, a real estate ETF. Like, I'm about to show you real estate ETFs right now that are going to pay you passive income. So go to these websites and take advantage of them. Take advantage. Now, remember I told you the woman that was almost 70, this woman's 68 years old. Her name is Sandy. Sandy, and I want to know if you can relate to her, because there's so many people that can connect with Sandy. Sandy said, I knew what my retirement was going to look like. By 2027, she was going to downsize. She was going to sell her home, and she had to be realistic. Like, that was the only realistic way her money could stretch. She came across Empify. She came to our classes. She came to our summit. We had a virtual summit. She graduated our academy. She's graduated our boot camps. She's a mentor. She's a 68-year-old woman mentoring thousands of people in our app. She said, instead of planning for less, I started planning for more. I learned how to save with intention, open my investment accounts, bought dividend stocks, growth stocks, REITs. But what surprised me the most wasn't just the numbers in my account, but the change in how I thought about myself. I went from asking, am I too late, to realizing it is never too late. The first dividend check I received confirmed it. My money could grow, and so could my confidence. This is why Empify is important. The wealth gap is widening. Social Security isn't enough. She thought retirement was about settling down. Now I know it's about stepping up and building the freedom to live life fully. This is the confidence I need everyone in here to have. You see, what if Sandy lives another 30 years? Do you think she has time to say I'm behind? No. The day she got her first dividend stock, the day she got her first REIT that paid her a dividend was her day one. That was her day one. So it doesn't matter how old you are, because every day, if you're making money, you're working and income is coming in, ladies and gentlemen, you need to give that a job description. We cannot keep talking ourselves out of this. And you don't have to learn from me, but you better learn from somebody. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I sat in bank accounts of millionaires and billionaires, and all I saw them do was invest and pass it down to their kids and avoid taxes. You can't tell me you can't do this because you didn't grow up with money. No, you are built for this. Everybody in the chat say, I am built for this. This is your season to step outside who you have been. You see, I invest. I think big and long term. I buy growth stocks and dividend stocks. I own individual stocks, REITs, and ETFs. And when that market crashes and that market drops, oh, baby, I'm going shopping because now I can get everything I want, but at a cheaper price point. Now, number 5, this is for those of you who want the income. I want to walk you through one of my favorite investments, REITs. But then I'm going to show you how you can own REITs inside ETFs, how you can get into real estate for less than $200 and get income. Sound crazy, right? Now, a REIT is a real estate investment trust. You also buy them in your brokerage account. Here's how it works. A REIT goes out and finds a property, right? Commercial property. They go and put tenants in the property. So they fix up the property. They get it ready for tenants. Tenants pay rent. The REIT collects the rent. They take the rent, all the money they made, they pay their bills. After they pay their bills, 90% of the profit has to be paid to everyone that owns stock in that REIT. Now, a REIT is a real estate investment trust where the everyday person can own a real estate company that owns, operates, and manages commercial real estate. It was created in the 60s so that the everyday person could own income-producing real estate. But guess what? You don't need a credit score to buy a REIT. You don't need a bank to buy a REIT. You don't need a buyer or a seller or closing call. You don't need none of that. It takes 5 seconds to buy a REIT, 5 seconds to sell it. And get this, every single REIT you own by law has to pay you passive income. I own REITs that pay me every single month. I own REITs that own malls. Take a picture of this slide. These are the different types of REITs that exist. Office building REITs. Our old Empify office right there at Piedmont and Peachtree Road in Atlanta was a REIT. We paid rent to a REIT. So if you owned that REIT, you were getting paid because I was paying rent to that REIT. Industrial REITs. You ever wonder where Amazon stores all of your stuff when you're buying it? In a warehouse. Amazon does not own all their warehouses. They pay rent to REITs. Amazon has a REIT called STAG, S-T-A-G. Amazon pays rent to REITs, warehouses, retail REITs, malls and shopping centers. You ever been to a Simon Mall? Anybody ever been to a Simon Mall? Chances are you've been to a big mall, you've been to a Simon Mall. King of Prussia Mall in Philadelphia is a REIT. The Gallery in Houston is a REIT. Lenox and Phipps in Atlanta is a REIT. All those tenants pay rent to the mall. Simon collects it. Simon pays his bills. Everyone who owns stock in Simon, by law, must get paid income. Those dividends get deposited in your brokerage account, just cash. You know, the hotels are REITs, apartment buildings, hospitals, senior homes. Anyone ever rode down the street and saw a Cube Smart or Extra Space or a self-storage, those storage units? You know, those are REITs. You can own those. You know, the data centers. Everyone know where your data stored? In a data center. Data centers are REITs. You know that billboards are REITs. You see, there are so many ways to get into real estate, but not everybody has the cash flow. Not everybody has the time. Not everybody wants to deal with tenants. Not everybody has the money to get started. Not everybody wants to borrow money from the bank either. I know I didn't. But everyone can own a REIT. And most REITs, get this, are less than $200. Most of them, they are. Here's some examples. Any of you ever been to Las Vegas? If you've been to Las Vegas, comment where you stayed in Las Vegas. There's a REIT called Vici. Vici owns the Mandalay Bay, the Luxor Hotel, the Venetian, the MGM. They own a lot, Caesars, a lot of casinos in Las Vegas. Do you know that you can own that casino? And every time somebody pays to stay there, guess what? Vici, the REIT, collects income. And for every share you own of Vici, you are going to make passive income. The more shares you own, the bigger those payouts going to be. Anyone ever been to Topgolf? You know, at Topgolf, the majority of all Topgolfs, you know that land that they're on? They rent that to a REIT called EPR. EPR pays dividends every month, meaning if you invested in the REIT EPR right now, you are going to receive income within 30 days. Prologis is the number one industrial REIT in the world. Every time I go to Paris, I see Prologis buildings everywhere. REITs are all over the world, by the way. Prologis is Amazon's landlord. Realty Income. This is a wild one right here. Realty Income owns 15,000 properties. I don't care how rich I get. I have no desire to own 15,000 properties. Realty Income, their nickname is called the Monthly Dividend Company. Can you guess how often they pay dividends? They've been paying dividends for 25 years. Can you imagine? Someone bought you a REIT 25 years ago and you got paid every single month for 25 years. Realty Income has tenants like Walgreens, Dollar Tree, Dollar General. They actually own the Bellagio Hotel in Las Vegas. And I promise you guys, while this could sound crazy, it's crazy because you never heard this. This is why you came to this class. But Google everything I'm teaching you. Go look up and see if all of these companies are real estate investment trusts. If it's a REIT, you can own it. Here's Simon right here. You see I circled at the bottom. Simon pays that dividend. Now, what if you wanted to get into real estate, but you didn't want to pick the REITs? You can own an ETF. You know that there are REIT ETFs. The Schwab US REIT ETF. We're talking about a REIT that's less than $30. An ETF that owns a bundle. Now, look, here's a fact sheet. You now look what the REITs inside. Public storage, like we talked about. Realty Income, like we just talked about. Simon Property, Prologis, Welltower. These are all REITs that pay out income. Isn't this crazy? Like, how many of you have sat in this class at some point and said, why didn't I learn this a long time ago? Anybody say, Ashley, why didn't I meet you 20 years ago? You see, you didn't meet me 20 years ago because I wasn't ready for you and you weren't ready for me, but you are here now. How many of you are going to take action? Comment, I'm taking action. How many of you are willing to learn? How many of you are willing to press go? How many of you are frustrated with being frustrated with your money, but you are ready to become a new person? And I told you in the beginning of this class, I'm not getting you rich quick. I'm not telling you you're about to buy a REIT or ETF and make all this money. I'm not here to tell you that. But I am here to tell you that if you don't start, I can promise you, you will always feel like you are working for the rest of your life. I promise you, Social Security will not be enough. I promise you, this president, the next president, the last president still isn't coming to save you. You have to stop talking yourself out of what you deserve. None of these REITs exist if you don't shop or give your money to their tenants. You walk into I bet you all have walked into a REIT, a building that was owned by a REIT. A property can only be owned by a person, a company, or a REIT. 1 out of every 3 properties is a REIT. Now, I'm not telling you got to buy a REIT, an ETF. I'm telling you better buy something. I'm telling you better dig deep into everything I taught you and press go. Because the more you make money, big or small, the more you pay your bills, the more you shop on Amazon, the more you keep fueling everybody else, and you still feel like you're empty, you're going to have to take that up with the person in the mirror. Because nobody can make you do something you're not ready for. Things are not taught, they are caught. This is Jacinda. She only owns 2 REITs. She owns Realty Income and G&L. That's a REIT we talk about all the time inside of our app. She makes $900 in passive income. And you know what her biggest win was, as she said? Developing a plan to continue investing in more REITs this year and forever. You see, because once you buy 1 share, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to get paid. You buy 2 shares, you're getting paid twice. You buy 3 shares, you're getting paid 3 times. The company's going to give the same amount per share. Your job is to own more shares. And you can go individually, you can go collectively in an ETF. All I'm saying is you got to give your money a job description. And that job description has no age limit. Now, listen, this is important for you to know. You got to understand how this game is played, ladies and gentlemen, because it's money. The rich are getting richer. The wealth gap is getting wider, and we're just confused. Like, no. There's something more than just working for your money. There's something more than just getting a house and a savings account. But you have to stop trying to get rich quick. There was no client on Wall Street that I saw that got rich quick, that made 1 trade and their whole life changed, that took 1 class and they just became the richest person in the world, that bought 1 stock and their family's wealthy. No. The game of wealth is a part of who you become. It's not something you do and you start and you stop. I need to change your entire mentality on how you look at money, how you move with money, how you carry yourself. Because wealth does not have a color. Therefore, it looks like Miss T. It looks like Simone. It looks like Ray Brown. Shout out to Ray Brown. You've been rocking with me since the beginning, Ray. But I'm going to tell you this, get out your feelings. There's no emotion allowed. Invest small amounts every paycheck into successful companies, brick by brick, share by share. And let's build. You don't need a lot of money to begin building a portfolio. You don't need an advisor. You don't need to be an expert in the stock market. You don't need a credit score. You don't need a tenant to make passive income. You don't. Get a brokerage account and let's do this. Get the account open. Get clear on the type of stocks you want to own. Master ETFs. Look up those fact sheets. Go to the websites I've given you. Consider investing in companies you actually know, not what the internet person talks about all the time. No, that's not how it works. And consider REITs. It's an option. I love REITs. You don't have to love them, but my job is to show you what's out there. My job is to show you that you deserve a seat at this table. All I'm doing is opening the door and telling you to go walk the buffet line and decide what you want on your plate because you deserve to eat. You've always wanted to eat. You've been waiting. This is your opportunity. This is what you've been praying for. All I'm asking you is to trust that you are at the right place at the right time with the right woman, because the economy is not going to be any different tomorrow, but you can be different and you can maneuver differently. Now, check-in time. Was this helpful? Those of you that have been with me from the beginning, did I give you what I promised you? I'm talking to the people that's been here since the beginning, not those of you that just hopped in. Did I give you what I promised you? Did I make this session valuable? Did I make sure that I gave you everything I've got? I told you I was going to pour it all out, at least in the time that we were together. I want to make sure, because I value my reputation, ladies and gentlemen, okay? You might have found me on the internet, but you're talking to a girl, ladies and gentlemen, who's been doing this for 16 years. And I want to make sure that you can walk away with actionable steps. Do we have the actionable steps that we can take to start this? A foundation that we can grow from, that we can pass down to our children. Now, there were a lot of questions in the chat that I did not get to. And ladies and gentlemen, this is my last class on this topic. And I know I didn't get to everybody, and I know you still have questions. And I want you to know that I know your mind is open, right? And I'm not here to just give it all to you and leave you to do this on your own. You see, I'm all about cementing this in your DNA. This isn't just like hey, I'm learning and then I'm going back to my, no. I need this to be a part of who you are. Every time you walk by a building, who owns that building? Every time you spend money, you're thinking about, can I own stock in that company? I need to shift your mindset. But you see, this journey to building wealth, it literally is a marathon. This is something we got to walk into. We got to embody. So I'm talking to the person that wants a blueprint. And I invite you to take a longer journey with me. I'm not here to have you do this on your own, but I am here to hold you accountable while you do it. Now, for some of you, you got everything you need and you can take off. You can lock in, you can get your account open, you're going to the website. Some of you already were doing, I was reading the chat. And then there's some of you, Ashley, I need more help. Ashley, I need a blueprint. Anybody need come in? I need a blueprint. Ashley, I need a mentor. Ashley, I need another session like this because I got more questions. Now, together we're going to build a roadmap. Do I have your permission to talk you through how I can help you build a roadmap? Because this will be the last opportunity, the last time I'm talking about this, where we can work together, we can lock in for the next 45 days. We'll be together for a year. I'm not going anywhere. But I want us to get these ETFs. I want to get these ETFs in your portfolio. I want to get these stocks in your portfolio. I want to at least get the passive income coming into your portfolio. Do I have your permission? Permission. Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to first say this. We opened up a cohort about a month ago inside of our Stocks 101 Bootcamp. Pay attention to this, please. And it is closing. This is the last class on this topic. And there are less than 50 spots inside of this bootcamp. Now, I want to explain to you our strategy and how we're going to do this, because there's two main things you have to know. The first thing is you are going to take our Stocks 101 Bootcamp. 6 steps, 3 hours a week. Or you can move at your own pace. I've seen people doing it in 10 days. But if you are busy like me, I can't do everything all day. I got a time block. The Stocks 101 Bootcamp is for those who are beginners, who want to learn how to build a stock and ETF portfolio. Those who are brand new. Those who have accounts but don't know how to work it. Okay? Now, inside the Stocks 101 Bootcamp, we're going to dig deeper into research. We're going to dig deeper into getting your account open. We're going to do in-depth detail into stocks and ETFs so we can build your growth or income strategy. And you're going to get access to more resources, guides, and live trainings. Okay? Everything in this bootcamp is broken down step by step. The first step, I'm walking you through how to achieve your goals. How much are you going to get started with? What apps are you going to open? How are we making money in the market? How are we researching? By the end of the boot camp, you will become an investor. By the time you graduate, you will have an account open. You will know how to work it. You will have a portfolio as long as you graduate. Now, the second piece to what you get is our entire Wealth Builders community. Comment community in the chat, because some of you are trying to do this alone. And I'm going to tell you now, it is lonely. You have access to 10 additional, 10 boot camps in the whole app that come with your entire membership. So when you finish Stocks 101, I know you came here to learn one thing, but I'm giving you everything. Passive income boot camp, growth stocks boot camp, retirement boot camp, parent investing. We got an options trading boot camp, a debt pay down boot camp. You see, our app was designed like my Wall Street experience. I know we talked about stocks and ETFs, but I got a whole lot to give you. We have experts and so much inside the app. So 2 things you're getting. First things first, you are inside that Stocks 101 and you are graduating. Comment graduating in the chat. The second thing is you are a member in our whole app. Every boot camp is yours. Every boot camp. There's 10 of them. Throughout your year with us, you will have access. Passive income boot camp, growth stocks boot camp. Now, when you get in, the second piece, I want everyone who comes in to become a member in one of our chapters. We have chapters all over the country. We have a golden society, 50 and older group. Only 50 and olders are allowed, where you're connecting and building. I want you to meet Sandy. I want you to meet Lindsay. I want you to not do there's over 7,000 people in this app, and we have 24/7 member support available to you. Live office hours available to you. This is our Georgia chapter. Live Q&As, on-demand replays if you miss a session, pre-recorded sessions. There are literally live sessions every week. You're not going to be able to come to everything, but you do have access to everything, even if you want the replay. Research trainings. Deborah says, and how many of you can relate to Deborah? She says, literally, since being in the community has opened her eyes, and she now has a winning mindset. Before the WWB, she had so many misconceptions about the stock market. It was too risky, only for wealthy people. Like, she was nervous, right? And now she's always paying herself. She's investing every single month. She's educated on companies that help her meet her goals, not my goals, her goals. She's not afraid when she sees the market drops. She goes and shopping on sale. Can you imagine having clarity? Clarity. I want you to understand you are going to be unrecognizable to your family by the time you get done inside this app with me. She doesn't even flinch when the market drops. She's going shopping. Now, if you're here, it's not an accident. You said in 2026 you were ready to change your life financially. And now you know it's a good time to learn. But now you have somebody who is here to push you because we monitor your progress. You said in this new year you wanted to build, but now you have somebody that can build that blueprint, somebody that can give you the step-by-step guidance because you're ready. Now, here's what you get. Stocks 101, right? First priority. The second piece is the whole app. Live trainings, research. You can join our chapters. Come to our all of our chapters. They have in-person events almost every week, depending on where you live in the country. Georgia chapter, Texas chapter, Midwest chapter, Northeast chapter. We live so many chapters. Get in. It comes with your membership because I don't want you to do this by yourself. Now, I'm gonna tell you this. This is we're closing out this cohort. And I know I went to college and I paid over $80,000 to go to Howard University. And not once did I learn how to buy a stock. Not once did anybody teach me how to have passive income. Not once was I taught how to make money outside of me getting a job. And I was willing to invest $80,000 to get this degree so that I can get a good job. This is not college. I'm not asking you to dedicate 24 hours in this app, but I am asking you to dedicate less than 2% of your life to make sure we can change the rest of your life. because we have a no member left behind policy, and every single day, ladies and gentlemen, we are calling you. We are reaching out to you. We are checking in on you. So if you are someone who needs extra help, someone who needs support with technology, this is the time for you to be in, because now I'm holding you accountable. But I'm going to tell you this. I charge $10,000 to talk. There are companies that have paid us 6 figures just to put people in our boot camps. But I want you to understand that I'm trying to make sure we walk away with a 5 and 6 figure portfolio of straight dividends. So to become a member inside of this app, it is only $6.99 for the entire year. And there are less than 50 slots inside of this cohort. This is the last class. So here's what you need to do. You need to go to empify.link/stocks101 right now and get inside of the app. You have 1 year full access to the app. Every boot camp comes with your membership. Every chapter comes with your membership. 50 and older comes with your membership. Everything there is at your disposal. But I'm going to tell you now, we are closing this cohort. We've literally had over 600 people come into just this cohort alone. So if you are ready to build, if you are ready to grow, this is not for everybody. I am not for everybody. Empify.link, empify.link/stocks101 right now. Get your membership. The first thing you're going to do, we're getting your brokerage accounts open. Anybody need an account open? Anybody have an account and don't know how to work it? Soon as you get in that boot camp, ladies and gentlemen, you are going to take the brokerage account jumpstart. Literally, you're going to get your account open. I'm going to walk you through how to use the account. I'm going to show you how to process a transaction. I'm going to show you how to look at your dividends. I'm going to show you everything. I'm talking about within 72 hours, we're getting your account open. We're going to make sure you master that account inside of that brokerage account jumpstart. And you're also going to get, and this is for all annual members inside of the app, empify.link/stocks101. And I want to do one of my last giveaways. I want to give away $400 to one annual member that gets inside of the app right now. One annual member who gets inside of the app, I'm going to fund your portfolio with $400. I'm talking to, if you get in, literally, my team is going to pick one person. Hurry up and get in, one, because we are going to run out of spots. There were literally, I think there were around 50. It was like 48, I think, right before class started. The spots are filling up. I promise you, I'm not teaching the class anymore. I'm about to teach a whole new topic, ladies and gentlemen. You're about to see me talking different things now. If you are ready to get in, get in. Empify.link/stocks101, empify.link/stocks101. Every annual member that gets in, you're also going to get the top stocks under $100 guide. This is an entire guide that gives you stocks, ETFs, and REITs that are under $100 in this guide. You're going to get the top stocks to consider in 2026. I'm going to tell you this now. Nobody gets this guide for free. Nobody. You are going to get this guide for free. These are the top stocks that I'm buying in 2026. In addition, there's a training that I did where I walk you through the stocks I own. The ones I own, the ones I sold. There's a REIT inside of this training. There's a REIT that pays me 20% in income, meaning every $5,000 I invest, I'm getting $1,000 in passive income. I break this down in this training. If you don't do it, watch this training, because not only am I telling you what I bought, I'm telling you why. I'm telling you what I don't want anymore. We have our REIT expert, literally someone that's been in this industry just as long as me, Rob, breaking down his portfolio. So now you're literally about to get a deep dive into what I own with this training. Literally, annual members, when you get in, check your inbox. We're going to send you this training. You're going to get this guide. It'll be right connected to this guide here, guys. Now, also, you're going to get how to buy your first ETF in 7 days guide and the first dividend stock in 7 days. You see, I'm the type of person, I like to read. I need to talk to you. I'm the person that come to class early. I stay late. We have office hours and Q&A sessions bi-weekly for you guys, so you can always get your questions answered. If you need us, we are there. You want to contact us, we are there. You need extra support, we are there. Go to empify.link/stocks101. This is Chantel. Chantel just sent it. Wait, don't forget. The team is going to pick, comment I'm in if you are inside of the app. If in fact you are working on it, comment I'm working on it. We are going to pick one annual member, somebody that says, look, I'm ready to get in now. And we're picking one person and giving them $400 to fund your portfolio. Literally, we're going to, if you want to get REITs, you want to get dividend stocks, ETFs, comment I'm in if you are in, and comment I'm working on it if you're working on it. Now, Chantel's been a member for a while. Look at this. This is a snapshot of her. She literally sent us in an email. She made almost $6,000 in 6 months. She said, listen, I'm not in the app all the time, but the boot camps that I did take, the things I did learn, I'm still implementing. Here is proof that I'm making money. This is literally a screenshot of her portfolio. Can you imagine making $6,000 in 6 months while you still work at your job, while you still run your business? But essentially, you took one boot camp. You learn how to build a portfolio. You have the financial clarity. You understand how to read your statements. Now, here's what you guys get. Getting in the app, it is only $6.99 for the entire year, meaning we are together for 365 days. After 365 days, you can cancel if you want, or you can choose to stay. You are locked in at that rate, though. So when the price goes up, which it does, by the way, our price is rising. You are locked in and grandfathered in at that rate. Empify.link/stocks101. Between me being in the app every day, and remember, I charge $10,000. I don't leave my house unless I'm paid $10,000. And then you had to pay for my travel too. I'm in that app every day. I'm teaching sessions with you all the time. I'm walking through portfolios. I just did a live Q&A last week. I'm doing the top investment. We're doing a battle of the REITs. Literally this month, I do Q&As all the time with you guys. Listen, we are in. And I'm going to tell you this. I don't know what's going to happen with this economy. I don't know what's going to happen with this market. But ladies and gentlemen, I need you ready. So when you get in empify.link/stocks101, annual members, all annual members get these bonuses on the screen. You're going to get that brokerage account jumpstart. We're going to get that account open. I'm talking about within 72 hours, get your account open, walking you through trainings. I'm going to show you guys the app in a second. The top stocks to consider in this year. The top 25 stocks under $100. You're going to get 2 guides: how to buy your first ETF in 7 days, how to buy your first dividend stock in 7 days. And there's a special training that I have where I walk you through what stocks I'm buying, what REITs. Listen, I'm going to give you the REITs. So I got some REITs that pay me some high income, but I break it all down and I tell you why I buy it. And that you're going to get access to. Empify.link/stocks101. Now, before I show you, I want to show you, again, I'm all about showing you real people. I want to show you a snippet from a recent graduation. Now, when you graduate, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to send you a gift. $6.99 for the entire year. Empify.link/stocks101. Now, here's what I want to show you. I want to show you a snippet from our graduation. So every month, right? We literally are having hundreds of people graduate every single month. There's a lot of people getting accounts open, a lot of people buying stock. I want to show you women who literally graduated these boot camps, invest in stocks and ETFs, make passive income, but they did not start with a lot of money. I want to show you, and when you graduate, we send you a gift. We send you a certificate, but I want to show you guys these ladies during our graduation. And when I come back, I'm picking the winner. Again, I don't know how many. I think I'm going to ask my team. I know the spots are closing in. I just saw 5 people get in a matter of like 60 seconds. And I'm seeing comment, I'm in if you are in, because if you're in, you took somebody's spot. There were literally around 50 spots before this class came, ladies and gentlemen. And there are hundreds of people in this class right now. We will run out of spots. And this is the last class, the last cohort. The bonuses will disappear. So you have to make a decision. Let me show you our graduation.
All I needed was the knowledge, and this program has provided me the knowledge that I need. I needed someone to teach me, and this program have actually provided me the basic skills and knowledge that I need to move forward. So thank you, guys.
So I'm just excited. This has been the best change that I have had in years because it gave me something that I could do to change my finance. I was tired of, seeing things fall apart.
Thanks, Rob. Thanks to Miss Ashley, because I really did take a chance, because you never know who you inspire. You never know who you encourage.
It's a wonderful opportunity. I've been sharing it with my family. I even set my son up. He's in college and in grad school right now, but I've been speaking to him and set him up.
I am so excited. I am so proud of each and every one of us. It's like, man, I want to retire tomorrow.
Imagine if that was you on the screen. Imagine having your brokerage account open. Imagine open investment accounts for your children, like the woman said. Imagine being excited that she's excited to retire. She's excited. She's so excited. She wants to retire now because she's unlocked the strategy of what the school system didn't give us. You see, so many of you have been frustrated. You have been trying. And I know it's scary. I know you're nervous. I know you're confused. Let me guide you. We've had this app for almost 6 years now. Literally, we are going to hit 10,000 members in a matter of months. And I'm here to tell you, this is your season to bet on you. This is your season to invest in you. I'm talking to Kenneth. Congrats to Kenneth, Cynthia, Paulette, Roberta, Tata, Jasmine, Kimberly, Abby is in the app, Lavon, Onam, Sharita, Jennifer, Kia is in the app, Nicole, James, Sharon. I'm gonna tell you right there, I think I just I got a list of over 20 names right now. If you want to get in, ladies and gentlemen, please, the doors will shut down. The buttons will no longer work. If you want to get in, I hope there is still space. Go to empify.link/stocks101. If you can go to empify.link/stocks101 and get in, that means spots are still open. But I'm seeing a lot of people get in, guys. Empify.link/stocks101. And again, please, 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 please. Now, those of you who get in, one, sessions are going to happen immediately. Soon as you get in, start the boot camp. Take the sessions. Brokerage account jumpstart. Brokerage account jumpstart is there available for you. Those of you who want to get in, but you need us to hold your spot, meaning you want an annual membership. Here's what I need you to do. If you need us to hold your spot, because I'm going to tell you right now, by the end of this class, we're probably not going to have spots left. Because I see comment, I'm working on it. If you're still working on it, comment, I'm working on it. I'm seeing some people say that they're in. Hold on. Somebody says I'm taking action. Angela says I'm in. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of you say you're in. If you want us to hold your spot, if you need to talk to our enrollment advisor because you have questions about getting in, those of you who are looking to get listen, Ashley, just hold my spot for a couple days. I don't want you guys to close this cohort. I need you to text 855-552-5411. There are a lot of people texting our enrollment team, but if you need us to hold your spot, text us right now, hold my spot. Listen, we are going to get back to you. As long as you text us right now, get in, please text us, and our team will make sure we hold your spot. But again, 855-552-5411. All right, here we go. I want to announce the winner. I'm giving you 60 seconds to get in. Empify.link/stocks101. I'm giving you 60 seconds to get in. Every single annual member is eligible. So here are the rules. I'm giving away $400 to one annual member who got inside of the app. Who's in? Comment I'm in if you are in. I'm giving away $400 to fund your portfolio. I'm going to pick one person. All I ask is you are here in this training with me right now. So if I call your name and you're the winner, we're going to send you the money. Now, I want to show you a quick clip, because some of you think, anybody felt like in this class, I'm too old or I'm behind, or is it too late for me to invest? Has anybody felt like they wish they would have learned this earlier, but they feel behind? Anybody feel like they're behind? I want to show you a woman. She is our most senior woman inside of our app. And if you have any doubt if you can do this, I need you to watch this quick clip of an 80-year-old woman inside of our app. Don't you ever tell me you can't do this, because this woman, Sarah, comes to boot camps. She graduates. She posts on the timeline. She's 80. And that woman next to her, that's her daughter. She brought her on this journey with her. She's always teaching and empowering her children and her grandchildren. So if this woman, and I'm going to show you her, can do this, this is evidence that we all can do
I know
this.
why I did it, and I believe that it's just a program that will help you get it together, and it will help you understand and develop courage to take that plunge, to take that leap. Changing your mindset about the program was a very important part of it. And that's what it did for me. Changing my mindset, helping me to understand, exposing me to what was out there, giving me the courage and confidence to invest, not only in myself, but in the system, and to have faith and belief that I am helping myself and my family for the generational wealth that I've always wanted. My name is Sarah Sexton, and I am a wealth builder.
I want everybody to know that my great grandmother used to clean houses in Texas. Clean houses for rich families every single day to take care of her family. You see, she was not blessed with the opportunities that we are given today. That's why I'm here. She worked hard so that I could have the opportunities that she was not blessed with. Some of you worked so hard. Your families, your mothers, your fathers, your grandparents worked so hard, and they never got this information. It is now available to you so that you don't have to work for the rest of your life, so that you can do this for your family. There is a woman that is 80 years old buying stocks. If she is not afraid, if she doesn't think it's too late, if she is confidently active in our app, it is possible for you too. And for some of you, you have been procrastinating. For some of you, you have been saying you're too busy. And you know you need to make the time, because you'll never have the time to live the life you want if you're always doing the same thing, because what got you here won't get you there. I need you to do this for your grandmother. I'm doing this for my grandmother, for my father who passed down his wealth, who created a generational legacy. You are the wealth builder in your family. And I know it's not easy. I know learning is challenging. I know you might not have somebody to turn to. This is why Empify exists. So that we can have those conversations, so that you can have that support, so that we can celebrate you for getting your first dividend. But some of you are not in the right environment. Some of you have to let go of people you know are holding you back. This is the opportunity. This is your wake-up call. This is me telling you, ladies and gentlemen, the time is now. I refuse to let you get through this year not having passive income coming in. Do you know that there are trillions of dollars of dividends paid out every year? And we sit and act like we don't have money. When this cohort closes, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to close. And I want you by my side. I want to hold you accountable. I want to cheer you on. I want to see you progress. I want you to meet Sarah, because if she can do this, I promise you. And every time I watch that video, I'm like, if this woman could do it, and I know I want to quit every other day, but she keeps going. Comment "I'm going" in the chat if you are no longer going to let your thoughts hold you back. You are going to push yourself to the finish line. Now, what I want to do, I want to pick the winner. I want to pick the winner, the annual member who is inside of this app. Are we ready? Comment drum roll. Comment drum roll in the chat. I'm talking to all the annual members who got in the app. Empify.link/stocks101. Get in. Empify.link. Are we ready? Comment drum roll in the chat. Drum roll. I'm seeing people say, hold on, come on. Hold on. Drum roll. All right. Here are the rules. And if you're still working on getting in, get in. Hurry up. I'm giving the rules. If I call your name, I need you to type in the chat, "I'm here." Type it in the chat. Say, "I'm here." And you got to keep writing it, because there's a lot of people in the class. I want to make sure I see. So if I say your name, you are our winner. You must be in the class to win. If I call you and you're not here, and I go to a new person, we must move on and you will not be eligible anymore. We are picking one annual member who got in right now during this session and said, "I'm committed." I'm not committed sometimes, Ashley. I'm committed for the next 365 days to build this portfolio. And get this, as long as you graduate Stocks 101 and passive, you will have a strategy that will pay for your membership. You will have a strategy that pays the $700 for the whole year for your membership. The winner is Mr. James Gray. Is James Gray here? James Gray, I think I just saw your name. James Gray, you are our winner. Comment "I'm here" in the chat if you are. Wait, hold on. Do we see Mr. James Gray? Hold on, Mr. James. I see some more people still getting in. James Gray. Mr. James Gray, please come. Do we see James Gray? Mr. James Gray, comment "I'm here" in the chat. Those of you, wait, I saw a couple of you say "hold my spot." Hold on. If you need us to hold your spot, I need you to text this number. You got to text if you need us to hold your spot, meaning you don't want to miss this cohort. You want all the bonuses. You want the annual membership, but you need us to hold your spot. Please text 855-552-5411 right now to our enrollment team. We got a lot of people reaching out, so we might not be able to get to you immediately, but if you text us, you are on the list and we will hold your spot and we will make sure we can do everything we can to get you in. Unfortunately, we don't have thousands of people coming into our app all at one time. However, over this past literally month, a little bit over a month, almost 600 people got into this cohort. We only have a certain number of spots available. If you are in, you got your spot. If you go to empify.link/stocks101 and you're able to get that annual membership, you're going to get your bonuses. You're going to get in that Stocks 101 and you're going to be locked in. And we are building for the next 365 days. I am not asking you to be in that app every single day. I'm not asking you to take every single boot camp, but you do have access to it. I'm not asking you to be in and take all these classes like this is college. No, but I am asking you for 3 hours a week to make sure you get your portfolio set up within 45 days. I am asking you to take that passive income boot camp when you finish and graduate Stocks 101 so we can ensure you have passive income coming in. I'm asking you to say yes to you. Comment "I'm saying yes." And Mr. James Gray, I just saw you, sir. I just saw you. Hold on, James. James, here's what I need you to do. Can we congratulate James, by the way? James, can we say James said, look, I'm leaving here with something and I'm getting in. But James, you also are the winner and you just won $400. We are literally, our finance team is going to send you $400 to fund your portfolio. All I ask is when you make those investments, James, just tell us what you decided to buy. That's all. Just you can post it in the app what you decided to invest in. But James, here's what I need you to do. Send us an email to info@empify.com. Say, hey, I'm the winner. And we're going to connect you with our finance team. We're going to put you in our ACH platform. And I want to get you that money ASAP. So listen, I'm excited. Congratulations, James. We are super excited. They are excited for you in the chat. Congratulating you. You deserve it. You absolutely deserve it. And listen, James, I know your name now, so I'm looking forward to you graduating. Those of you who are in the app right now, I want you to comment in the chat right now and tell me why you decided to get in. Now it's about accountability. Those of you who are in, I want you to comment in the chat and tell me why you're in. I want to shout out Sharon, Michael, Tabitha, Charlene is in, Gilma, Shanette, Michelle, Terry, Marcus, Lisa. Oh, okay, it's looking like we about to fill up all these spots, ladies and gentlemen, based off of the names that I'm seeing inside of here. But I want to show you guys Mahogany. I want you guys, Mahogany actually just won I'm going to show you guys an app in a second. I'm super excited right now, if you can't tell. I'm going to show you guys the app. But if you have questions, put it in the chat. I saw someone ask, can I get a monthly membership? Yes, you can get monthly. However, monthly members, you will not get all the bonuses. Only annual members. Annual members, we do quarterly workshops with you guys. Annual members, we do private sessions where only annual members get invited. But if you want monthly, you can take the boot camps. If you want monthly, you can upgrade. If you want to so let's say and monthly is only $97 a month, meaning you get into that boot camp right now. You will be eligible to get in that boot camp. Monthly members, if you only have $97, get in. If you do not have the full annual membership. But what happens is when you want to upgrade, you can upgrade to annual and you'll get the bonuses. You can upgrade to annual. But I want to show you Mahogany because she's been an annual member since 2022. And she just crossed $100,000 portfolio. Yes, you can get in the angle. There are still spots left. Yes. She literally says 49,000 are in her growth stocks, 20,000 are in her dividend stocks, 31,000 are in REITs. I want you guys to imagine having a six-figure portfolio, right? And knowing what you bought. Knowing how to read your statements, knowing how to manage your passive income. Wait till you guys take the passive income bootcamp. We give you this dividend calculator that'll help you project your passive income and manage your passive income. Go to empify.link/stocks101. Mahogany's a part of, she's leading the tri-state chapter. She lives in New Jersey. So if you were in like the Philadelphia, New Jersey, New York area, they just had an event. They're having more. Now, when you get in, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get your account set up. Brokerage account jumpstart is going to be within the boot camp. We're going to learn which strategy you need to build income. There are virtual trainings. We have some in-person experiences as well. There's accountability. If you need help, we have around-the-clock support. We got orientations for you. Some of you might just need us to pick up the phone to call you, to hold you accountable. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm super excited. I am super excited for everyone that gets in. We still got a few spots left. Empify.link/stocks101. Let me go to let me take a second and breathe, by the way. Whew. Anyone have a question that they need answered? Anyone on the fence? If just in case you don't have the full 700, but you still want to learn, get the monthly. It is $97 a month. Now, I can tell you this, more than 90% of the people in our app have an annual membership. One, you save 40%. Two, you get access to everything. You get access to we have quarterly trainings we do with you guys. You get extra bonuses. You get invited to places first. Now, if you only have the 97 to start, do it. Don't let that stop you from learning. Take the first boot camp, graduate. You can upgrade later. And when you upgrade, we will make sure you get the bonuses. If you got the monthly membership and you want to upgrade, please send us an email to info@empify.com. You can still get, if you want to switch from monthly to annual, send us an email now. My team will show you what to do. Send us an email. Here's our email right here at the top, info@empify.com. I'm seeing in the chat. Hold on. If you have a question, write in the chat. So if you can only afford monthly, you cannot not afford to be in the app. You cannot not afford to take the boot camp. And what I want to do, I want to show you guys the boot camp. I'm going to show it to you. But here's a snapshot of some of the boot camps you get access to. It comes with your membership. Stocks 101, then there's Stocks 102. So this app is for beginners. It is for brand new people, but the whole app isn't. As you learn, you are going to progress. As you learn, you're going to want more. There's an options bootcamp in the app. There's a legacy planning bootcamp so we can make sure you're getting a will and a trust in place. There's a debt pay down bootcamp. There's a retirement bootcamp. All of these will be available throughout your time with us. You don't want to take all the boot camps at one time. One, because we hold you accountable to finish. Every boot camp is anywhere between 4 to 6 steps. We always recommend 3 hours a week. Now, there are some people who spend more than 3 hours in the app, but you can literally do a half hour for a couple of days in a week, and you'll be able to lock in. The majority of all our trainings are less than 55 minutes. There are some trainings that are 36 minutes inside the boot camp. I literally, there's a lot of trainings that we shot for you guys. So go to empify.link/stocks101. Shout out to Sherry. Shout out to LaShanja. I hope I'm saying your name right. I hope I'm saying your name right. I see you just got in the app. Those of you who need us to hold your spot, come and hold my spot if you need us to hold your spot. But when you come and hold my spot, you got to also text us. Text 855-552. I need you connected to our enrollment team. I need to get you on the list so we can hold your spot and make sure you're entered into this cohort. I want to make sure you come to the trainings that we have for this cohort. I want to make sure you get the guides and bonuses for this cohort. I want to make sure you get access to all the boot camps. Please get in. How many of you are ready to say yes? Comment, I'm saying yes. This is your time to be selfish. So many of you have been pouring out to everybody, and this is your moment for you. This is the time for you to show up, because being that person in your family, nobody talks about the weight that you have to carry of being that person in your family. But if you can't take care of yourself financially, if you don't have the financial clarity, who's going to show up for your children? Who's going to show up for you? And I'm going to tell you this, you are going to be wait till you get that first dividend. You are going to be unrecognizable. I'm excited to see you glow. I'm excited to see you shine. But you see, your financial future is on the other side of you saying yes to your dreams. You getting through retirement is on the other side of you saying yes to the Stocks 101 bootcamp. You see, me building a multi-million-dollar business was me saying yes to my dreams, was me saying yes to Ashley and having a circle that could uplift me, me saying yes to me and letting go of the habits that no longer served me. Me saying yes to eating healthy is the reason I'm able to show up for you every single week. Me saying yes to my growth, me saying yes to my coaches. Do you know, as smart as I am, I pay for programs. I pay for master. I just got invited to a mastermind yesterday. I pay for coaches. You see, I'm all about learning from people who have done what I'm trying to do. I'm not the person that's going to try to figure this out. And no. Show me who's done it and let me figure out how to make sure I can connect with that person. How much will it cost? What's the investment I have to make sure that I can accomplish what I see you accomplish? So when you get inside the app, empify.link/stocks101, you are going to get access to the first thing, Stocks 101. You came here to learn about stocks and ETFs. Well, let's build that portfolio. You came here to learn how to grow and build income. Let's create that portfolio. By the time you finish that one boot camp, you will have a stock and ETF portfolio. You will know how to research a stock. You will understand how to work your investment account. You will have a brokerage account open. Annual members, when you get inside of this app, you are going to get a separate email with all your bonuses. You're going to get the top stocks to consider in the year 2026. This is an exclusive guide that people pay a bunch of money for. You get it for free. Only annual members. With that guide, you will see my training that I do where I walk through the stocks that I'm owning, the REITs, the stocks that I own in 2026, and what I sold too. You are also going to get how to buy your first dividend stock in 7 days, how to buy your first ETF in 7 days. Those bonuses will come to every annual member as a separate email. Check your inbox. Did everyone get their confirmation email? Is everyone, comment I'm in if you are in. Comment I'm in. And then you have access to the whole app. What do you guys think about me doing another giveaway? Should I do another giveaway? Should I do another? You guys think I should do another giveaway? This is my last class teaching this topic. You guys think, should I do it? What do you guys think? Should I do another giveaway? Who's still working on getting in? Comment I'm in. If you're in, comment I'm working on it if you're still working on it. Is there any, what do you guys think I should do another giveaway? Should I do another giveaway? One more giveaway to the annual members. I see Laureen is in the app, Christopher, Aaron, Joe, Natasha. Should I do another giveaway? Should I do another giveaway? Hold on. If you want, so someone just said, can you let me know so do me a favor, Kelly, I need you to text our enrollment team. Someone said, I want to be able to get in next week. Will I still be able to? Kelly, I need you to text our enrollment team right here on the screen. If let's say you need us to hold your spot just for a few days, text our enrollment team and say, I want you to hold my spot. 855-552-5411. Say again, text that number. Here's what I want to do. I want to pick one person that gets in as an annual member. I want to give away $200 to fund your portfolio. And and here's something else. You guys don't know this, but I know this. I'm going to invite all the annual members that get in from this session, I am going to invite you. I'm doing a live session, literally a live session where I'm going to walk you through the REITs I own. Anybody want to, and it's strictly REITs only. I'm going to show you all the REITs I own, the ones I own and the ones that my niece owns. Every annual member. Now, this is not, the whole app does not come to this session. I'm going to invite you all to the top REITs I own. Exclusive session. I'm going to invite you guys to it. I only do this twice a year. This is the first one in 2026. So this is for annual members that get in. I am going to invite you to this exclusive session that I am going to be hosting, walking through my portfolio. Now, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give you 60 seconds. And here, I want to also show you guys the app. You guys want to see the app? I'm over here talking about this whole platform. We don't even know what it look like. I'm going to show you guys the app. I want to show you Michael, though, because Michael said he just joined a few weeks ago. And he said the amazing thing before he joined the community, he opened a brokerage account 2 years ago. 2 years ago. And it sat idle until he completed the passive income bootcamp. And he bought his first REIT yesterday. Isn't that crazy? He had an investment account for 2 years and he just let it sit there. And now he knows how to work it so much he bought his first REIT yesterday. Like this is literally the type of things that we're accomplishing inside of the app. Now, I'm going to tell you this. I'm not getting you rich quick. I'm sorry. I'm not showing you how to flip your money. So if you're trying to make a quick buck, this might not be the place you want to be at Empify. But if you do need a structure for retirement, if you want to build a portfolio and you want to start small and grow from there, if you want to learn how to be the person in your family that has financial clarity, if you are somebody that says, look, there has to be something more I can do with my money outside of just the way I've been making money. If you are someone that is frustrated, but you don't want to be frustrated anymore, you need progress. You need energy. You need motivation. You need somebody to hold you accountable when you slip up. This is where you need to be. But if you don't want to show up for you, if you feel like, oh, I'm too busy, I don't have 3 hours to learn, then you don't have the time to change your financial situation forever. Because I'm going to tell you now, if this market drops, you better be ready. And if you are in this app, you best believe we are going to have a party, because everybody in that app that's growing, that's graduating, knows exactly what to buy if the market drops. But I want to be honest, this is an investment in you. This is an investment. Exactly how I showed up today is exactly how I show up in the app, except you see me a whole lot more. I'm always posting in the app, giving you tips. We're always doing we literally had a retirement specialist come last week. We have so many people we connect you with so that you can build. Everything you did not get in the school system is broken down in a digestible way. Go to empify.link/stocks101. Are we ready to do one more giveaway? One more giveaway. Are we ready to do one more giveaway? I'm going to give you 30 seconds, empify.link/stocks101 to get inside of the WB app. And don't forget, if you do not have the full 700, get a monthly membership. We have 25 slots available for monthly. Monthly is $97 a month. Anybody want a monthly membership? Anybody has $97 and they're willing to commit to $97 for a month, and then next month you can renew, it's $97, but at least you can take Stocks 101. There are 25 spots available for this cohort, specifically just for monthly. And the funny thing is, I think some of you already, who got monthly? Comment, I got monthly in the chat. Some of you actually already took up the slots. I know there are a lot more annual people getting in, but if you want to upgrade and get the bonuses, you can. You just have to send us an email, info@empify.com. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show you guys a snip. I'm gonna show you the app so you can see this thing is real. Comment, I want to see. I'm gonna show you guys the app so you can see that this thing is real. That is real. And I am going to come back and I am going to give away $200. Comment monthly. Look, I'm not sure who Inspired Growth Hub is, but she said she got monthly. I love it. Get in. Get inside of the app. If all you have is a 97, start taking the boot camp. You came here to learn about stocks. Let's not stop the momentum. All right, so let me share my screen. I'm going to show you guys the app. I'm going to show you all the events that are coming up so you guys can see. Empify.link/stocks101. I'm going to show you guys. All right, here we go. All right, can everybody see inside of the app? Here we go. So this is a snapshot of our events and replays that you'll see the first thing at the top, right? Our events and replays so it looks like we had a wellness. It was a wellness run. We're doing a Q&A session. There's a graduation coming up. We got orientation that you guys can come to. There's mindset sessions that are available. There's a debt session we're doing. More Q&As that we're doing. There's a lot of stuff. Okay, wait. Here's the session right here. The REITs Our Own exclusive session. Everybody can't go there. It's a private space inside of our app. The Philadelphia, they're doing a Philly town hall. The Golden Society has a Mother's Day panel that they're doing. What else is happening? The DMV is doing some sessions. There's more Q&As. There's a lot of different things you guys can get invited to. So when you come into the app, what you'll be able to do is you'll literally be able to RSVP to these events. Now, here's our main timeline. So the main timeline is where you're literally walking down the street. You want to look and see what's going on in the news. You need some tips. This is literally us talking on the timeline. Literally every single day. Today is National Book Lovers. People are posting the books that they love. Here's a video that Rob did. We just gave away our Empify dividend. This is really cool. We picked the top members in our app, the top 10 members who are actively investing literally in the month of April. All these members here, we literally just gifted them a tax-free wealth book. So every month we do our Empify dividend, where this is our way to give back to our shareholders. So we pick active members, we pick key members. We've bought shares for our members before. We've taken them to the spa. We do a lot of different things for you guys. So it's super exciting. But you'll see we're posting tips on the timeline, all types of stuff. Now over here in the investing school, right? The investing school, here's an example. Here's a passive income boot camp, right? Here's a boot camp you'll have access to. As soon as you'll see the brokerage account jumpstart, 25-minute session, how to get your account open right here. This right here, 25-minute session. Look, Michelle Hall 3 days ago said I opened my account. Nathaniel says I'm done. Shabana says, I'm done. These are literally, Hassana said, I just opened my brokerage account. Thank you. Robin says, just open my, so we're opening brokerage accounts every single day. So if you do not have a brokerage account, that's completely fine. You're going to see the brokerage account jumpstart. We're going to help you get it open. And if you have questions, reach out to us, guys. And then we'll want to walk you through how to navigate the brokerage account, how to process transactions. There's so many resources for you guys. But like here, if you can see here, here's class 1, building your strategy. Press play. Everything is here. Let's see. This session is 40 minutes. This is me teaching right here, going through it step by step. If you see, Craig just says, I'm done. Robin says, great session. Robin opened a brokerage account and now she's already done the first session. This was literally yesterday. She wrote this. So you can pause, rewind, fast forward. Anybody like structure? If you like me, I like structure. I like order. I like consistency. Everything is laid out step by step. And if you see, there's hot topics in the hot topics section of the app. So let's go. Here's step 3 right here. Here's the hot topics right here. Let's see what this is. Which accounts are needed based on your time horizon, the 3 different tax buckets, how to read your retirement statements. So in every boot camp, there's extra guides. So right here, all you have to do is click here and you could just download it and it'll download to your device. There's literally over 50 different guides all throughout this platform that you'll have access to. But here's the Stocks 101 boot camp. Here you go. Right here, Stocks 101, brokerage account jumpstart, how to purchase your investment, how to navigate Charles Schwab. Everything is here for you guys. The introduction, and boom, the first session is 41 minutes. And it's literally all laid out so you can come back to it. You can rewind it and it literally will live inside your account and you'll have access to it all. So I'm super excited for you guys to be a part of this. Now, let me show you one more thing. Those of you who want to join different chapters, we have a book club as well. So these are the private groups. Here's a 50 and older group right here, guys. The Golden Society. If you are 50 years old, you are eligible. We will have to admit you in this group, but as long as you're over 50, you are welcome. 50 or older, you are welcome to be in this group. If you see here, members are talking. Let me see what they're talking about in here all day. All right, have a great Sunday. People talking about their brokerage account. So again, you're going to be around people who are retired. You are going to be around people who are working to retire. You're going to be around people who have $1 million portfolios. You are going to be around people who are brand new. Some of these members have been in this app since we started in 2020. And you'll see here, there's a Texas chapter, Georgia chapter. Georgia must be doing something right now because it says live. Tri-State, Philly, Midwest. There's so many exclusive groups for you guys. It comes with your membership. So when you are inside of the app, make sure you go to the event section, go into the investing school. You're going to land right in your boot camp and let's get started, guys. All right, let's do one more giveaway before I hop off, ladies and gentlemen. All right, hold on. I'm seeing some people got monthly. I'll be upgrading from monthly. Let's do it. Empify.link/stocks101. All right, here we go. I open my brokerage account step by step. Yep. Yeah, Valerie, I am a step-by-step person too. I need things laid out. I get overwhelmed. I need it to be, broken down. But just in case you guys have questions, you can always reach out to us. We have 24/7 member support to be able to help you guys. So I do want you to know you are not doing this alone. All right. We're doing one more giveaway. I'm giving you about 10 more seconds to get in. Empify.link/stocks101. We are going to pick one more winner. We're giving away $200 to one annual member who gets inside of the app. I love it. Hold on. Somebody just says the text number. Here we go. Hold on. Here you go. Here is hold on. Let me put this up on the screen. If you need us to hold your spot, to get in right now, empify.link/stocks101. As long as you go to this website and you are able to get a membership, that means this cohort is open for you. So I'll see if the team can open more spots. I can't promise you, just because we're very strategic in how we let people in and making sure we're able to get you through the pipeline as fast as possible to be able to get your accounts open, to be able to become an investor, and to make sure we're able to support you guys. But right now, I think there are literally less than 10 spots based off of the numbers that I just saw. So if you want us to hold your spot, please text us. Because if these spots fill up and we do not, and we don't have space, you will have to wait for the next cohort, but the bonuses will not be available. The sessions will not all be available. But if you do want to get monthly and just start to learn and get in and upgrade later to get the bonuses, to be able to come to our quarterly sessions, to be able to come to the Top REITs I Own session, because I am inviting you guys to that session, please make sure you text us 855-552-5411. Talk to our enrollment team so we can make sure that we get you inside of the app. If you need us to hold your spot for a few days, just let us know. We'll figure out how to work with you as much as possible. I see Raymond, Miss Alberta just got in as monthly. Shout out to Miss Alberta. All right. All right, team. Here we go. Comment I'm in if you are an annual member. And I see someone saying I'm working on it. Hold on. Is this for U.S. residents only? No, we actually have members in 25 different countries. And in the brokerage account jumpstart, there is a guide that'll help you open your brokerage account if you are international. So no, our biggest, we have a lot of people from Africa. We got a lot of people from the UK and a lot of people from Canada, but we got members from Australia. There's a lot of members inside of the app from different countries. So yes, if you are not from America, yes, you can get in the app. You just have to make sure you get a key brokerage account. But as soon as you get into boot camp, you'll be able to see the brokerage account you need, because there's an international brokerage account guide that will help you open your brokerage account. So yes, you do not have to worry about that. If you are an international member, it's totally okay. All right, here we go. Everybody comment drum roll, drum roll, drum roll, drum roll, drum roll right now so we can pick our last winner, our last giveaway. Our last giveaway. Hold on. Here we go. Team, send me the member. All right, here we go. Now, here are the rules. Remember, if you are an annual member and you got in, I need you to make sure that you are here. And if I call your name, comment, I'm here. All right. The winner is Miss Laureen Walker. Is Miss Laureen Walker here? Miss Laureen Walker. If you are here, comment, I'm here in the chat, so I know you are here. Miss Laureen Walker. Anybody have any questions? Anybody on the fence? If you're on the fence, comment. I love this. Oh, here we go. Miss Laureen Walker, you just said nervous but excited to start because you just got in. But Miss Laureen Walker, I want to congratulate you because you are our winner. I don't even think you knew it when you made this comment. Can we congratulate Miss Laureen Walker? She is our winner. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to send us an email to info@empify.com. Miss Laureen, I'm going to put our email on the screen right here. Send us an email, info@empify.com, saying I am the winner. And we are going to connect you with our finance team, and we are going to get you to $200. We're going to get you set up on our platform. You're going to tell us where you want us to send the money. We're going to get you to $200. We are funding your portfolio. We are proud of you. You are one of the most recent people that just got in the app. You secured your spot. So I'm super excited. I'm actually truly like overwhelmed because there are a lot of people getting in. I'm super excited for you guys. I can't wait for y'all to see everything that's coming up in April, May, and June. We got Mother's Day coming up. We got Father's Day coming up. We are still in Q2. We are closing out this quarter. We are starting this quarter on fire. I am super excited. Anyone on the fence? Anyone have questions? Anyone still working on getting in? Who got monthly? Comment, I'm in monthly. Comment, I'm in if you have the monthly membership. Here's a couple of questions that I saw in the chat, but also feel free before I hop off, write your questions in the chat. I won't go anywhere. You guys are still working on getting in. I want you guys to imagine if you had 24/7 access to resources that help you grow and invest for an entire year. How many of you learned something during this class? Comment. Did anybody learn something just during this class? Can you imagine what we're going to do in 365 days together? Can you imagine when I say there's live sessions every week, you're not going to be able to take every session. You're not. It's almost impossible. But can you imagine what you'll get access to? Can you imagine when you start learning how to trade options, when you have a plan for retirement? Can you imagine when you meet my estate planner? Literally the woman who built my Fox Legacy Trust, the woman who helped me make my niece a trust fund baby. I can't wait for you guys to take the Legacy Planning Boot Camp. That's a little bit down the line. You got to take it right now, but it is available to you guys. You see, this app was not designed just to teach you about investing. It was designed to give you your wealth system. It was designed to give you an infrastructure that allows you to move at your own pace, but still get access to information you're not going to get from the banking system, to give you access to information that they're not talking about at the dinner table. I just went to an event 2 days ago and a woman came up to me and said, I come to your classes and I'm literally teaching my family everything I'm learning from you. And she took a picture with me because she wanted to show her family that I was a real person, but she's the one who's talking to her family. Can you imagine you being the person teaching your family how to invest? Imagine you're making thousands in passive income and you're showing your kids how to do the same. Imagine when you get like inspired because you're in a leveled up environment. Imagine when you become the change maker in your family. Anybody over 50 here, can you imagine you retiring with ease? You see, I'm going to show you how to buy a stock. But what's most important is you're going to come out with confidence so that you're not trying this and trying that. You're going to go through a step-by-step boot camp. And at the end of the boot camp, you're going to become an investor. At the end of a boot camp, the passive income one, you're going to have passive income coming in. At the end of the growth stocks boot camp, you're going to have growth stocks coming in. Can you imagine being surrounded by people that push you out your comfort zone because they got 6-figure portfolios and they started just like you? Imagine if you met me halfway. I'm talking to Melissa. I'm talking to Tracy. And we built your wealth game plan together. But imagine if you don't start. Imagine if you keep watching people make money. Imagine if you don't create extra income for yourself this year. Imagine if you never stop pouring into everyone and you don't ever get a chance to pour into you. Imagine 5 years from now, you're traveling. You got thousands coming in every month from companies you don't work for. You're owning REITs that you ride by every day. Your kids are living comfortably. Your dividends are paying your bills. Imagine if you keep doing this on your own. I'm going to tell you one thing. It's hard when you're doing it on your own, especially when you don't know what you're doing. You are trying to become someone you have never been before. Don't do this by yourself. Be surrounded by the people who are on this journey with you. Moms, dads, grandparents. Text it. You got to text the 8 Melody. We might be on the phone talking to somebody. So Melody, do me a favor. You got to text the 855 number. Just say, can you hold my spot? Our team will be, you'll hear from the team. You might not hear from, it's a lot of people in this class, by the way. It's a lot of people texting. A lot of people I've already seen. The team is telling me people trying to hold their spot. So just text us 855-552-5411. We will make sure we take care of you. I promise. But there are a lot of people. And we are a small but mighty team. But if you text us, go to empify.link/stocks101. But I also want you to think, imagine if you continue to operate with fear. Imagine if you continue to let a president dictate your energy and your financial strategy. I am excited to build with you guys. I am excited to grow with you guys. I'm in that app every day with you. And here's Paul. Paul, literally, he said, Heather's our community engagement manager. You'll see her on the timeline. She does orientations. He hosts some host sessions as well. He finished the passive income. He joined this year. We're talking about literally this year. He completed the passive income bootcamp and the debt pay down bootcamp. Anybody want to be debt free and need help with their debt? We got a bootcamp in the app as well. And this is important because I did not work on Wall Street and I didn't just learn about stocks. When you walked into JP Morgan where I worked, you had access to investors. You had access to traders. You had access to people that gave you access to debt. You had access to estate planners. This app was designed to be like the JP Morgan, but for the everyday person. So while I did come here to teach you about stocks and ETFs, while this will be the last class for a very long time that I'll be teaching this topic, I do want you to understand that there's some more things that I can teach you, more things that Empify can give you. There's more connections that you can build with people like a Mahogany. I want to show you guys Thea. Do I have any mothers here? Comment me in the chat. Are there any mothers here? You see, Paul, he's investing in stocks and REITs. And he's excited. He finished 2 boot camps in like 3 months, which is great. But I want to show you a mother who's not even from America, who has an autistic son, who invests for her son, who graduated Stocks 101. She's graduated the Passive Income Bootcamp. She's been in this app for like 2-3 years. Comes to our events in Atlanta too. I want to show you guys Thea.
This journey has been wonderful for me. I'm the mom of a young man who has autism. And for me, I want to leave something for him so that he has a better future. And it's always been on my mind, like, how am I going to set footprints for him to be, to have a better life if I was to pass. And I've always wanted to invest. Never knew how. Someone sent me the link for the WB community, and I was like, oh, this is, all the stars are aligning. And so I signed up and just started, with Stocks 101 and then the passive income. You guys break down things like I have never, ever thought I would understand before. And so it has been a pleasure to learn. I have apps on my phone that I never even thought I would have. CNBC, the stocks app on my phone has been just sitting there for as long as I've had an iPhone and never ever opened it. And now I open it daily. So it's changed the way in which I think and move. And that's because of you guys and this community and the abundance of love and pushing and knowing that we deserve this generation of wealth. We deserve what we put into it. And it's going to take work, and it's going to take you the ability to have a mindset of doing instead of waiting. And I just wanted to say thank you all for shifting my mindset, because I know that my son is going to have a great future because of it.
So that was Thea. She's a mother, and she's literally actively still investing. She's still a member in this app. You'll see her on the timeline. But before I hop off, are there any last minute questions that I did not answer? Is this a beginner's course? Yes. Stocks 101 is for beginners. Now, Stocks 102, you can only get in after you graduate, but it is not for beginners. It becomes more advanced. How long do you have access? When you go to empify.link/stocks101, you can go and get your monthly or annual membership. Annual members get access to all boot camps, all bonuses, and the exclusive training that I am doing with the top REITs that I own. This is going to be a live training that I'm hosting that only you guys are going to get invited to. Not even the whole app gets invited to this. If you have questions, we have around-the-clock member support. You can text us. You can reach out to us. We have around-the-clock member support. Once you finish one boot camp, you have access to all boot camps. There are over 10 different boot camps inside of our app. And you do not have to pay for any additional ones. Annual members, though, about 90% of our members are annual. Those are the ones who are most committed. You save 40%. You get access to core bonuses, the how to buy your first stock, your first ETF in 7 days, how to buy your first dividend stock in 7 days, the top stocks under $100 guide. I do a training of all the stocks that I'm owning this year, as well as you get a guide where literally we give you the links, we give you the companies, everything you need to research immediately is inside of this guide. This is an amazing guide that we do once a year, and nobody gets this guide free, by the way. All annual members who are with me in this training, in this cohort, get these guides. If you want monthly, yes, go to empify.link/stocks101, get monthly. And you can upgrade later so you can get the bonuses. You can get invited to the quarterly trainings that we do. You can get invited to my REIT session that I'm hosting. You can upgrade at a later date, or you can upgrade now. Just send us an email. I'll put our email on the screen, info@empify.com. If you want to upgrade, you could do it. Totally fine. Monthly members, you do get access to all boot camps. You can still learn. Monthly is only $97 per month. Empify.link/stocks101 to get in. And if you need us to hold your spot, we probably are about to hit the cap on our cohort. This is the last training I'm doing on this. But if you are available, if you are not able to get your membership, but you do want annual, you want us to hold your spot, send us a text. Text the team. There's probably a lot of people reaching out right now. They're busy all day, every day, but we will get to you. We will go in order based on the number of people that have reached out to us. As long as you reached out to us, we will get back to you. Okay. And if we'll do everything we can to hold your spot, but the sooner you do it, the better. So text us 855-552-5411. Just say, I need you to hold my spot. Tell us when you want us to hold your spot. Tell us. It's okay. We will do everything we can. And for now, you can get a monthly membership. Get in. You can start the Stocks 101 bootcamp. You came here for stocks and ETFs. Let's get the portfolio open. Let me at least give you what I want you to have. The other stuff in the app, that's a bunch of extra stuff. Now, once you finish Stocks 101, we're going into passive, growth stocks, retirement, options. The learning never stops. Your people have been in this app for 6 years with us. The learning never stops. However, at least get the first boot camp out the way. So if you only have $97, get in. Get inside of the app now. It's only $97. There is no binding contract. You are not no, you can cancel at any time. But at least start. At least go deeper in what we talked about during this session. Empify.link/stocks101 right now. There you go. It is on the screen. I am excited. Congrats to our winners. Congrats to everyone who is in. I am about to get inside of the app. Please, annual members, please check. I see Phyllis is in, Marshall, Liliana, Marvin, Linda's in, Alberta's in. I love it. Luana, Leaunna. I'm not sure if I pronounced your name right. I see you just got in. Ken is in, Nicole is in. Congratulations to you guys. All right, I am out, guys. We will be sending you the replay. If you have any questions, let us know. If you want us to hold your spot, this will be my last class on this topic. I'm going to be teaching you so many other different things. I'm excited for you guys. But if you need us, info@empify.com. Let me put that on the screen for you guys, just in case you forgot. empify.link/stocks101 is the link to get in, monthly or annual. Just make sure you get your spot held. Let's build this stock and ETF portfolio, and let's start this quarter off. Let's finish this quarter right. We don't have to wait a whole year to get your life in order. Let's do it today. And I'm here. I give you guys anything that I need, anything that I have, and I will promise to hold you accountable. I will monitor your progress, and I will make sure we reach out to support you. And if you need us, there is no such thing as a stupid question. Come to all the office hours, all those Q&As. Come to those Q&As, guys. They are so helpful. And I'm the type of person that likes to ask all the questions. So just come. And if in fact you're not able to come, replays are available inside of the app. But I recommend 3 hours a week. You can go harder. I've seen people finish a lot of boot camps in a couple months. But as long as you go in and you start what you finish, and you need us to push you, let us know. You need some motivation, let us know. Make the investment to be here and get your return on investment by growing your knowledge, by growing your network, and growing your portfolio, and growing your dividends. Because without a doubt, you're going to get paid within 90 days. We just have to make sure you have the blueprint and strategy to get it done. So I am Ashley Fox, CEO of Empify. I'm proud of everyone. I hope you learned something. And if you need us, we are here. And I will see everybody inside of the WB app. Have a great day, guys.
I have been a member of the Wealth Builders community for 4 years now. And when I first saw Ashley in person, it was a few words she said that sparked fire in me. She said, "You can't work or save your way to wealth. You must invest." I was hooked then. Then after having her as my Stocks 101 teacher, my passive income teacher, and Rob as the REIT Accelerator GOAT teacher, it changed my life. I was already a good steward of my money. I'm a single mother of 4 children. I'm a teacher. I've been teaching for about 23 years now. And I saved my money. And I looked at my interest payments that the banks were giving me, and it added up to less than $8. I said, well, wait a minute, this math isn't mathing. So I started investing January of 2022. Within the first 90 days, I had made over $250 in passive income. And within 6 months, we had invested over $1 million as a community. And I was like, wait a minute, I'm never leaving Empify. I am a wealth builder for life. One thing I can say about our Empify family is that you are never alone. You have Q&A sessions. You have people that will reach out to you if they see that you're not active anymore. And Rob and Ashley are the best teachers for helping us change our legacy. I never thought about having a legacy before joining Empify. Now I know I have a legacy and it's continuing to grow. Starting off with a few $1,000s investing, now I can say I have portfolios over $96,000. And it's all thanks to Ashley and Rob and the whole Empify team. And I will continue. I invest in my brokerage accounts every month because it is important for me to leave assets to my children as opposed to debt. And with Ashley and Rob's inspiration, I see myself being able to see 2 commas in my accounts. If anybody understands what 2 commas looks like, that's over $1 million. And within the next 5 years, I know I'm going to be a millionaire, thanks to Ashley Fox and Rob Boyd and the entire Empify team. And I thank you guys for everything that you pour into us. Know that they will hold your hand the entire way. They give you information that other people try to hold and say, no, we can't give that to you. Ashley and Rob open up their arms and say, here, it's for you. Everybody can invest. Everybody can leave a legacy for their families. And I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I did not know all of that stuff about you. Thank you so much.
Empify for life. I tell you, I'm a wealth builder for life.
I love the 5 year, 5 years, 2 commas. I like that. I like that. And the crazy thing is, it is so possible. Yes. It is so possible. But thank you so much. We are proud of you. And thank you so much.
And anybody that want to come and join the tri-state chapter, come on in. We're welcoming all new members.
Thank you so much. You heard it there. She's running one of the chapters, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, Mahogany. We appreciate it.
Welcome to the Wealth Builders community. I'm here to tell you that this is the real deal.
Hey, Wealth Builder, let me give you some advice. So that you don't feel overwhelmed, I would say stick to one thing and go all in on it. And then from there, continue building outwards.
There's a lot here, but we are a lovely, friendly group of people, and you'll get good guidance about where to start and how to continue. You are absolutely in the right place for your future.
I would say you are amongst 2 of the best financial educators that want nothing more from you than to see you grow and be financially stable on your own.
Welcome to the place where you didn't know that you needed to be. The place where your dreams are not too much. The place where your goals will be stretched beyond their limit. The place where you can give and also receive support.
Is a place where you get lots of information. It's overwhelming, yes, I understand, but don't give up. You will be a pro at it in no time.
Welcome to the journey that can and will change your life. Don't be intimidated. Embrace this moment. Be encouraged. Take it step by step. And if life throws you a curveball, know that it's okay to pause. But I do not want you to stop. You got it. I know sometimes you're wondering, but you got it. So just make it happen. And everything is going to be okay and fall into place.
Enjoy this journey of wealth building and community. There's no place like Empify.
Empify is one of the best communities to be a part of. So if you are in this space, you absolutely belong in this room. You belong here with everyone who is here to support you, encourage you on your journey to wealth building.
You're exactly where you need to be at the exact moment, and we're happy to welcome you. We're asked that you lean in, stay consistent, and trust the process.
You couldn't have made a better decision. Trust me when I say that. This is a place where it's safe, it's warm, it's welcoming. This is a positive environment to be in. You will experience true humanity in its most organic form.
It might feel like a lot at first. You'll be introduced to new terms, new habits, and you may even have some doubts, but I promise you, you're not alone. We've all been there. This community is full of people who truly care and want to see you win.
I would say the best thing to do is take your time. Do not rush through anything, because you'll get caught up in the cycle of, I want to learn, but your action is not being put to the test. So I would say, take your time, learn the material, pause, rewind as many times as you need to, then practice what you've learned. I'm so glad you're here, because I'm so excited. I just know what's in store for you, and I would say welcome home.